you ever been so excited for an upcoming brand new video game when it turns out the main character is a woman?
Anybody that's changing the gender of the character doesn't give a fuck about the game.
That's incredible. That's not even the conversation, though, because we're not talking about changing the gender of the character. We're talking about a game that has a woman in it.
Mystique, what about it?
It's Mystique. What about it? People are mad that Mystique is not sexy enough for them.
Who decided that's something that you're not supposed to say?
He speaks in the most current sentence. Oh, look, it's Mystique. And he's like, oh, yeah, what's the problem? She looks fine. There's this complaint that she's not goonerish enough. He's like, yeah, what's wrong with that? I figured it out. He's a goldfish.
If she looked more like the character on the left,
He's gonna say
they
it.
would have sold more copies.
If you're a grown-ass man, you got like a wife, especially if you got kids too. Like our living room is where we have the PlayStation 5, and you're like, yeah, I can't be playing Big T and Mommy Simulator in front of my wife. You would be like, yeah, that makes sense. He says things that make sense to like his antisocial audience.
Why are we immediately acting like a game is dead on arrival because it has a woman main character?
Well, because sometimes they are.
Sometimes they're dead on arrival. They have a male main character. Asmongold reacting to this just makes him look like this guy is 100% crap. Alright guys, this video looks interesting. It's called Asmongold Sent His Goons After Me. So we're about to hit the reacception levels that you guys have never seen before, okay? So this guy made a video about how, grifters are ruining games. Like, I don't know if Asmongold was included in it. I think he might have been. Not 100% sure. Then Asmongold responded to his video. So now this is him responding to Asmongold's video on his video. So now we're going to watch his video response to Asmongold, in which he watches Asmongold's video, where Asmongold watches his video. So we're hitting like the fourth level of reacception here. We love to see it. So let's get it going, dude. It looks interesting.
Asmongold reacted to my video calling
Oh, you're talking too fast, guys. Relax. All right.
grifters for ruining gaming.
Whoa.
And now that his fan base has found my video, it's going pretty much exactly how you think it would.
Whoa, 58 dislike ratio? That's not that bad, considering Asmongold like signal boosted it. I guess you'd say in a negative way.
Yeah, safe to say I made some people unhappy. But the funniest part about all of this...
Hey, that's the way it is, man. That's what happens when you punch up. You know, people with bigger audiences, sometimes they can just steamroll you, whether you like it or not, and that's just the name of the game, baby. Being able to handle that, I think, is like really like makes it if you can't handle that, that's what makes you like a bad creator. I'm not even saying he didn't handle it well. We're gonna watch his video. He probably handled it fine. I think it's perfectly reasonable to like respond back, of course. But like if you're not able to respond meaningfully, especially if you can't handle people like disagreeing with you, even if they're wrong, you're gonna fuck yourself over. You got to be able to like, oh, here's my response, and then leave it at that. You know. So,
Asmongold himself didn't even disagree with me that much.
Oh,
but let's watch it
shit.
together and address some points he made. Let me warn
Let's
you
do
now,
it,
though.
dude.
You're about to witness one of the most egregious cases of goalpost shifting.
Grifters are
excited.
ruining gaming.
Have you ever been so
whoa, where the fuck is my mouse? My mouse is in a weird spot.
excited for an upcoming brand new video game just to be disappointed and let down again when it turns out the main character is a woman?
Whoa, a woman. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I like men being my main characters because I can identify with them more. So I played Ghost of Yotei. I didn't identify with the character as much as Tsushima, but it was still good. Whatever.
Yeah,
Shocker.
because anybody that's changing the gender of the character doesn't give a fuck about the game.
That's incredible. That's not even the conversation though, because we're not talking about changing the gender of the character. We're talking about a game that has a woman in it. No, like what did I miss here? That's not like, yeah, he didn't even answer the prompt. The prompt was like, hey, you ever see a game and it has a girl main character? And he's like, yeah, I hate it when they race swap or gender swap. That wasn't even really the question. I think there's a difference between gender swapping a character versus having a girl main character. Those are not the same things.
Absolutely.
What? What game are you talking about?
Nope.
I got to be honest with you. I really do think Asmongold has brain fog. I think part of it is that he hears what he wants to hear. But I also think he has brain fog. I think I'm playing a game and somehow I could focus more on what's being said than and I can focus more on what's being said than this guy can, like actually directly listening to it. Hey, you ever see a video game and it has a girl main character? Yeah, I hate gender swapping. All right, well, we're not doing a rule 63 here, but boss, you know what I mean? Relax. We're just doing a regular old we're doing a regular thing. We're doing a regular thing. Oh, this motherfucker's gonna own me in the face. So I don't know how we got here. It's just so interesting.
Oh, it's not normal to want to change the character.
Grifters,
Whoa.
what is bro on about? I'm saying it's dumb to write a game off just for having a woman main character. And you're saying if they're...
I don't think it is. Here's my thing. I don't think it's dumb to necessarily write a game off just because it has a girl main character. I think it's dumb to write a game off just because it has a girl main character, and then you take it personally. Like, if you're like, yo, listen, I like playing games with dudes because I'm a dude and I identify with that and I love big bulges, I think that's perfectly reasonable. You know, that's perfectly fun. But for you to go online and complain about it, I think is cringe. Especially since they don't, like, if people were like, hey, listen, man, I wish they would make more games for, like, you know, with traditional masculine men. That'd be really cool. That's fine. But it's never really that. It's always complaining about girls being in games and then making the secondary, oh, I wish they'd make more games of, like, masculine men. It's like they don't want they don't actually want more masculine men in the games. They want to complain. That's what it really boils down to. That's what it seems like to me. It's like, hey, I really want to complain. That's what it seems like to me more than anything else. It's just like, I want to complain. And by the way, there's nothing wrong. If you want to complain. But, like, be honest about it. Just say you're annoying and want to complain. You know what I mean?
They're changing the gender. They don't care about the game. What game are you talking about, bro? If you mean something like Ghost of Yotei, which I know you weren't happy about at first.
It was a good game. I liked it a lot. It was a good game. I just didn't resonate with the character. I think that's fine. Not everything's for me.
Here's my thing about that. Totally valid to be disappointed that we didn't get Jin Sakai again. A little weird.
No, I think it would have been terrible to get Jin Sakai again. Honestly, I'm so fucking tired of shit sequels. I think that, like, it's the funny thing about the anti-woke video game crowd is that they also hate, they hate obnoxious, unnecessary sequels. So they'll complain that there's, like, a Call of Duty 25, but then they'll complain that we didn't get a Jin Sakai 2. It's like, no, he did, it was good. We did good with his character. Let it rest. The legacy of that character is preserved. Okay, we don't need more of that. I like spiritual endings. The same people that would complain about God of War, they're like, I feel like the new God of War was like Atreus was a main character. Maybe narratively, kind of. That's kind of the point. Kratos' story, I'm kind of ready for it to die. Now, Atreus is cringe as fuck. They got to solve that problem hopefully when he gets older, because all kids are cringe. But, like, yeah, I'm fine with kind of, like, spiritually moving on to, like, an Atreus game. I think that the God of War story from the originals into the new ones is great. It's great. We don't need to keep going and milk it. You know, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
To be disappointed just at the fact that it's a woman. Call me too woke. I think that's silly as hell. Continue, though. Grifters are completely ruining gaming. And that might sound dramatic or like I'm giving them too much credit, but they legit actually have enough dumbasses listening to the words they're saying to the point where it actually has a detrimental effect on gaming. But let's take a step back real quick.
So he crying because it works.
Here we go.
Ooh, it works. What does it mean that it works? I don't think that you guys want gaming to be fixed. I think you guys, because there's nothing really broken about it. It's just a bunch of games. There's a lot of games exist. That's it. There's nothing, like, super crazy about it. A lot of different games exist, and that's it. Hey, a lot of games exist. Yeah, so true, King. So true. Oh, okay, I guess I just get cucked here. So true. A lot of games exist, and you don't like all of them because you see a lot of them. But games always have sucked. Like, there's games that have been good, and there's games that are dookie. There's entire people like Angry Video Game Nerd exist to criticize shit games.
You crying because it works.
Okay, bro.
Well, hey.
You crying because I'm crying,
Thanks.
baby.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, bro.
That's great.
Go
Absolutely. Yeah, I know it works. And the thing is that every single time that I see this, this makes me feel good.
Tell me what.
This is somebody even that disagrees with me that got to admit that, damn, they're making some change.
Whoa! Let me stop you.
They do be making some change, I guess. Okay.
Right there. I'm talking about the effect grifters have on...
Are they really making changes? Like, who's really making any changes? Like, what's changing? I don't understand.
On gaming discourse, not the actual development process of the game. And I'm
well, that's your fault for the way you primed it, but I can understand what you're saying. Fair enough.
not gonna lie, it's clearly not working. What have you guys changed in gaming? If y'all are making such a difference, why are all these games that you consider woke slop, why do they keep coming out? Could it just be that some are for you and some aren't, and that's okay?
Yeah, probably. I think also it's really easy advertising for people. Like, listen, I'm gonna be real. Hate playing a game, like hate playing, or like hate watching, can be a very lucrative business. I'm gonna be real with you. I bought the Harry Potter game. What was it? Harry Potter, the RPG, whatever the fuck it was called. It's the recent one, a couple of years ago, because people were complaining that it was so bad or it was so, like, anti-woke or whatever. So I bought it just to be a hater, and I didn't even like the game. It was kind of sucked, in my opinion. That's just, it wasn't for me. Maybe I would like it nowadays because, like, I wasn't super into games at the time, but and so I think that's what they're hoping for now. Like, oh, a bunch of like anti-woke grifters, or I don't even know if I call them grifters. I don't know if Asmongold's a grifter or if he's just like high on the positive attention that he gets from, you know, expressing himself, you know, I would say unintelligently. But it's like, oh, we can get like free advertising on Twitter by just making a game that will like trigger the fuck out of like anti-woke people, especially if it's not even super woke. Like Yosef Yote was not woke at all, but because there was a girl main character, it was woke. So that was like free advertising, baby. They got to get all over that, boy. That's it. Isn't that fucking incredible? So
let's say I have lunch at a park every day, a beautiful, quiet park. Let's say
beautiful.
one day you gather all your friends and you come to the park where I eat at every day. You and your friends start protesting that you should be able to poop anywhere you want in the park.
I agree with this. Yeah, I
think
love
you should be able to just let your pants down and rip it, bro, wherever in the park. Even if you get 30, 40, 100 people in the park chanting for your cause, all you're doing is making noise and making the park harder to enjoy for everyone else.
Maybe that's what they want, man.
Even if you make enough noise that I have to acknowledge you because I care about my park, it doesn't mean you actually changed anything.
I'm saving gaming. You're welcome. You're welcome, by the way. I do this for free.
Bro, does not.
Well, it's not really for free, man. You get like a ton of money doing it.
I do this for free. Some of you might not even know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right.
To understand how we got to where we are in gaming, we first need to understand what a grifter is. The definition of grifter that I like the most
It's really just somebody has like a false opinion for money, right? That's kind of the way that I interpret it.
is petty swindler. And I can't lie, I can't think of a better description. Because that's what these little trolls do, bro. They just fucking they create issues out of literally thin air, Houdini, and then they convince you that you should be mad about said made-up issue.
Well, it's kind of how everything works nowadays, isn't it? Especially with the old online. And then you get to a point where you start believing it yourself because like you're so fucking locked into the fucking game. Well,
Aren't you doing that too?
Saw that one coming. Well, aren't you doing it too? No. A grifter doesn't necessarily believe what they're saying. They're playing off of others' emotions or lack of education for profit. I'm not doing that. I provide examples to the pointless conversations being held and how they contribute to a worse gaming discourse overall, but we'll get to it in a minute.
I think that grifter is one of those words that's overused massively.
Yep.
Maybe. I mean, again, I my understanding of a grifter is somebody who's like lying for it. So sure, you know, that might be overused. Oh no,
it is.
Dude,
but yeah,
basically, what this person is saying is that, like, and also here's another thing. So I can approach the accusation.
Okay, pause right there. I already see the play. He's gonna downplay and write off the term grifter because it's a term he's tired of seeing. Wonder why he's tired of seeing it. But that doesn't mean you can just write it off like they don't exist. It's not hard to define the word grifter. Let's not overcomplicate it here.
I can approach the accusation of grifter from two different directions.
Right.
The first direction that I would approach it from is that being a grifter implies that you're doing something for profit.
Yeah.
I will tell you, as somebody who has gotten a lot of sponsors and things like that, is that being against certain types of representation in video games, even whenever it's done in a cynical, self-serving, DEI way, is actually
well, I don't think Ghost of Yote was done in any cynical, like DEI way, but
less profitable as a business model.
Asmongold.
What?
Way is actually less profitable as a business model.
I don't think that that's true in Asmongold's case. He's an online, and I don't even know if I'd call him a grifter. I mean, I don't, you know, and maybe this is a person who engages in petty small. Yeah, I just feel like when I hear grifter, I hear like I'm lying for attention. I don't know if Asmongold's lying for attention. I think that he gets a high off of being liked. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to engage more intelligently with my criticisms of like MAGA people. It's tough. But to me, that's like lying for attention. But Asmongold is in a space where he makes more money for saying right-leaning things. I understand that maybe at even like at a Target, they took down pride shit. So like even at Target, like you know, going woke, go broke is kind of true. So, you know, but like in the online atmosphere, for sure, being a right-wing cum guzzler is like the number one greatest thing, especially if you can make yourself cum guzzle right-leaning shit and then make it seem like you're still in the middle somehow. Because you're really just playing the Overton window more than you're actually playing left or right. Like Asmongold is like, you know, is somebody who considers himself a centrist, even though he's definitely very right wing, because he's in the middle of insane right and normal left. So yeah, I don't think it's profitable though to fucking do left wing shit right now. Maybe it's because I just say I don't think a grifter Excuse me, I think a grifter is somebody who lies, but maybe I have like a different definition of a grifter.
Asmongold, you're a millionaire, so you're probably a bit out of touch on certain things, but profit is profit. Yeah, these grifters may not get a Sony sponsorship after calling Wolverine a DEI woke slop game just because they don't like how Mystique looks, but that doesn't mean profits don't manifest in different ways. Because like you said, some of these creators and their fans get labeled as racist or sexist for some of the racist or sexist things they say. So when they gain an audience that feels like they're being seen by this creator who's really manufacturing things for them to be mad at, they support them the hardest, bro. What? These grifters will have die-hard fans, bro. Patreons, everything. It may not be the most...
Yeah, that's true. Didn't the girl who she called like a bunch of people like the N-word. She called like a little black kid the N-word. Ended up getting like they ended up getting what was it called? They ended up getting a bunch of money from like GoFundMe. Yeah.
Profitable option, which is a dumb argument by itself. In pretty much every field, not everybody is going to go for the most profitable option anyway. It's just an avenue to make money online. They can make similar or more than they were making at a regular 9-to-5 by sitting back on their computer and pretending that gaming is under attack. And they're going to choose to do that every single time. Because it's fast, you can get a loyal fan base and consistent money. I mean, dog, even swearing in your videos puts you at risk to lose money. But people still...
I don't think so much anymore. I'll tell you, they fucking demonetized, or they age restricted my Andrew Wilson video, and the two moments that they cited was one where I said he was kind of, and the second one was when I don't even know, it was weird. Somebody said like, oh, this person their set at a comedy club and they demonetized it. It's weird. And then there's no transparency about it. YouTube is like so fucking annoying. It's actually so triggering. It triggers me, guys.
Still do it, even if it's a little bit less profitable than not swearing at all.
How is it grifting? Like, do you think that they don't have those opinions? Because grifting is
maybe
whenever you're having opinions that you don't actually have. You're putting forward something that you think is a lie or that you know is inaccurate. That's not what's happening here.
That is what's happening here. I mean, how many people were crying on Twitter about Insomniac belittling their fans over a 2-emoji tweet? How many people claim to have knowledge of the Ghost of Yote sales numbers being a complete flop simply because they don't like the actress?
That's true. I guess if you consider it grifting, he's beast proof. That's fucking cringe. I guess if you consider it grifting to lie about parts of it for your narrative, actually, that's a good point. I didn't even consider that. That's a good point. Like, it's one thing to, to have a false perspective, but if you actually do believe in like everything's too DEI-esque right now, and like that's fine, but then you make up information just for money, then like, yeah, that would be grifting too, right?
Even though the game turned out to be a massive success. Yes, 100% since the dawn of the internet. People get online and lie, exaggerate, or make up things to get mad at for profit. They fabricate reasons for easily manipulated people to be angry at for their own profit. And we know this. I don't know why you're trying to act like this is some crazy, never seen before thing. You really think people would lie on the internet for fame and money and spread things they don't believe? Yes! Have you and I been on the same...
Not me, dude. Not me. Would you really just go online and lie on the internet like that? There's no way, dude. I don't believe it.
Internet? There's only one reason I can see you benefiting from pretending that grifting isn't a real thing, but that's neither here nor there. Now, we see this in a lot of
I guess because you'd be a grifter, right?
places. Politics is one of the biggest ones, but gaming is among the absolute...
I love that. I love it when people watch their own content and then they affirm what they said. Because I do the same thing. I think it's so funny. True, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Word.
Yeah, people just use that word. Like, they don't even, like, you gotta use the dictionary. You gotta figure out what that word means.
Okay. I could say the exact same thing about how most of your fan base uses the term DEI.
Ooh, guys, we need to start popularizing WEI, because that's what white people want. They just want to be able to get free shit and like not have to work for it like they used to back in the days where they used to abuse black people. It's kind of true, because that's what they want to go move back to. They don't want to get rid of DEI. They want white DEI. They're upset that DEI policies protect gay people and trans people and like marginalized groups, and so they want their own DEI, which means they want their own DEI means they don't have protections for those groups so that they get the jobs. That's literally what it is. It's usually people who are like untalented and unable to provide value to like society and a job that want to get rid of DEI. So it's WEI, Wiener.
Most of them don't even know what the 3 letters stand for. Again, him trying to downplay the term grifter and say it's overused, which it is, even though I gave a definition on screen and explained how these people fit into that definition. But okay, bro. And I know grifting isn't the same as rage bait, but when you start profiting off the rage bait by paying...
I mean, I feel like it kind of can be. So you can just rage bait grift.
For a blue check mark, yeah, I'm not cool with that, man. Because besides YouTube, there's really only one platform that these people really like to congregate
Twitter.
on.
Twitter, because Twitter's crazy, bro.
Go on Instagram. You heard him? He knows it. It's Twitter. He said it himself before I said it. Instagram, TikTok, some shit like that. There's going to be normal conversations being...
Instagram's a little edgy, too. Twitter is definitely the worst. It's also, like, I think, like, mentally unhealthy. I'm not even kidding. Twitter's fucking crazy, bro. People are fucking animals on there. It's actually insane. Crazy. The racism... Twitter's where racism goes to not be fun anymore. It's so unfortunate.
What are you, on Instagram? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God.
It's such an interesting thing because, like, Asmongold really just, he really just do be Twittering, you know? Like, there's really nothing else going on there. I don't even know if he puts up his own clips or if maybe he does pay people to do it. I don't know, but you really see a ton of his shit on Twitter. Maybe I just do. Maybe I just don't. He's not in my algorithm.
Right.
I saw a clip of Adolf Hitler on a whale next to a dog. He had like 100,000.
Okay, I hear you on that. I'm not saying you won't see bullshit on Instagram. That's not what I'm saying. But
Twitter is different, though. Twitter is like a next level of disinformation on Twitter. You know, and I think part of it's because like you could just put whatever the fuck you want up there. People will literally put up clips and then they'll just title them with that. It's like zero representation of what the actual clip says. It's unhinged. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Your example is completely irrelevant. I'm saying on Twitter, X specifically, that's where the most grifters run wild. That's where they all come to congregate more than any other platform.
I think it's because Twitter is more is more parasocial. I don't know. There's something about like reading what somebody says that's like more intimate than watching a video, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm correct, but it just feels like that. I don't know. I think that it's true. I just don't know if I have the right explanation for it. But Twitter feels more exponentially more parasocial.
You said it yourself before I even got to that. You already knew that I was going to say Twitter before I said it, which proves my point. But obviously you can see some degenerate meme photo on any platform. And that's completely irrelevant because I'm talking about gaming discourse and how it changes between platforms. Just some normal people for the love of the game. Maybe
y'all seen that one?
Some shit like that. Everything changes when you open twitter.com. Yep. I'm not calling that shit X, gang. Come on.
Well, the reason why
won't you call it X, bro? It's a new pronoun. Respect it, please.
The reason why you gotta be honest about this is that
tell me.
The reason why Twitter has these conversations and places
is because of free speech is on Twitter.
It's like TikTok don't.
Right.
Is because TikTok gets people banned for having the conversations.
Conversations. It's because free speech is still on Twitter. We did it, guys. Free speech is all over here. Yeah, the free speech on there is pretty crazy, though. You see, like, pretty much every MAGA account is run by a fucking... It's like run by somebody in India. It's crazy.
Wait a minute. TikTok absolutely has these conversations, though. It's not as many grifters on TikTok, but there's absolutely conversations being held about gaming on TikTok.
Didn't really go in.
That is true, but it's not. It doesn't feel as personal. You know, responding on Twitter is so much easier than like responding on TikTok. That response culture is like kind of dead. You know, because I remember I used to be part of that response culture back in the day. We used to go fucking. We used to get fucking booty cheek crazy on there, boy. That's how we got popular, baby. And then they kind of took that away from it. Maybe that's why I haven't had like a surge of popularity. I'm not using the correct parasocial network, dude. I'm like literally hitting the right button. It's not. I'm getting actually cucked right now.
Act like it's some kind of accomplishment that, or some sort of unique problem that like Twitter has. The only reason why you're not seeing more people saying things that you disagree with is that it's illegal and not illegal.
If it's illegal, wait, just kidding.
It's against the rules to disagree with you.
Oh.
Not really at all. So just to be clear, that's not true. I've seen zero clips of you being of Tucker Carlson saying slurs on TikTok or Instagram or anything, but they're allowed on Twitter. So like, you know, you're allowed to be incredibly like volatile and bigoted by using legitimate slurs on these other on Twitter. That's literally it. The discourse is still there, but it's not as parasocial. Instagram doesn't have. So TikTok has like a stitch feature, but nobody really uses it anymore. It just doesn't exist in the same way Twitter does. Like Twitter is all about giving your opinion, and then also you don't have to put this is what it is. This is what it is. I finally figured it out. Twitter is more anonymous than anything else. It's not because of free speech that you see more discourse on Twitter. It's because anybody can say something without putting their face up. If you go on TikTok, you can't make a text-based anything and be like, "Hey guys, I'm fucking dumb as shit." You can't say that. If you want to say something dumb as shit, you have to just say it with your whole fucking chest. You have to put your face on there, and you got to actually go and say it. And like, you will not get views if you don't do that. Simple as that. On Twitter, you can just you can be like Poop Slayer 69 ballsack, and people will see you say something fucking dumb, and they will respond to you like you are worth the time of day. That doesn't exist on TikTok or Instagram or any other platform. So when we're like, no, Twitter has free speech. No, it doesn't. Like, it's the same as anything else. Yes, you're allowed to say more slurs. Congratulations. But it's not because, like, oh, Twitter is so much better and they don't police their platform. It's because you're able to say whatever the fuck you want. Or, excuse me, I'll tell you what I'm trying to say. It's because you can literally just go on there and, like, any idiot can just type in some text and go and just fart around. You literally just fart your pants. You're allowed to, like, actually fart in your pants. That's it. This guy betrayed me, dude. This is fucked up.
What the fuck? Are we dead ass serious? Bro said it's against the rules on TikTok to disagree about gaming. Dog, what are you talking about? Clips of you saying the same shit I'm talking about are on TikTok. You literally can't make this shit up, bro. What are you talking about? I will acknowledge all day long, yes. TikTok is a bit more restrictive on what you can and can't say, especially when it comes.
That's not what it is. If Twitter had the same restrictions on speech that TikTok did, people would still be saying the same shit on TikTok on there. That's literally it. They would still be having discourse, rather. It's the nature of the platform and the text-based nature of the platform that matters more than anything else. So, and like, you see a lot of people on Twitter, they're poor because they can't afford good internet. So they're like, I want to be able to see more pictures. I can't handle videos. I don't have good internet. I'm a fucking loser. I'm poor. That's where all the poor people talk, you know?
Controversial topics. But you can absolutely still have all the same conversations and debates about wokeism and DEI and games and shit.
But I can't say slurs.
Absolutely you can. I talk about this shit on TikTok all the time.
But I can't say slurs, dude. I need to say slurs.
I literally disagreed with you on there. Come on, bro. This isn't even the first time you've reacted to my content. You reacted to me shitting on Star Wars Outlaws when it came out. You hear that, Asmongold fans? I don't like Star Wars Outlaws either. If TikTok...
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is better than Star Wars. Am I right, guys? The only bad part about this game, well, I mean, the controls are a little rough, but is that they copyright, like, what do they do? Like a copyright on the Nemesis system, which is like a really fun system. If you were allowed to make this game, like Shadow of War, come out like today, it would be so much better. The controls could be so much better. But it's like not modernized. It's like I'm stuck on wood. What the fuck is that, dude? What am I, my wife this morning?
With some positive only, no debate ass app, I would have never been able to make those videos. It's definitely a bit more restrictive, but nowhere near to the extent that he's trying to say.
That's the big problem, is that on every platform that is an open forum for discussion, the ideas that these other people are putting forward are overwhelmingly popular, to the extent that even by his own admission, the video game companies capitulate to them.
Whoa! Another case of him putting words in my mouth. We're only 4 minutes in. Me being frustrated at grifters for ruining productive conversations in gaming is not me admitting that there's been a change in gaming from these people. I never once admitted that these ideas were so popular that games are being forced to change. I said grifters have a detrimental effect on gaming. Not so much at the studio level, but at the conversational level.
Yeah, I think it's just provides a new like monetization, or like a what is it called? Like commercial. Was it word commercial? It's they just use the anti-wokesters as like a way to profit or promote their brand now. Like the fucking people complain about it, and they're like, oh wait, we're making money when people complain because it's free advertising.
Really got to step out the echo chamber if you think someone like me, a dude who just wants to play a good game, is tired of games being boiled down to a label like Gooner Game or DEI garbage before.
I love Gooner games.
Before they even come out. Someone who prefers to judge the game on stuff that actually.
I don't really love Gooner games. I feel like I'm too old. Like, imagine me being on stream playing with like jiggly fucking tit physics. I mean, that would be insane, bro. That'd be embarrassing. Can't be doing that. I'm a grown-ass man. I'll just go look at fucking porn.
Matters, instead of throwing a hate brigade on the game because I don't like one of the character designs that much. You're trying to paint me to be way worse than it actually is to aid your argument. I'm thinking there's probably a few more people out there like me than you care to realize. Should have never allowed people to get paid from engagement on their tweets on Twitter.
I agree with that, to be fair.
Oh, that should have been the most detrimental thing to. Why does he agree?
He doesn't agree with that. Just to be absolutely clear, he thinks he agrees with that. So, I understand what he's saying, but it's very surface level. I don't think he understands what he's saying. It's getting paid to put up tweets on Twitter. The monetization manifests in multiple ways. Like Asmongold, if you decided to take away money that you get from Twitter in some kind of monetization platform, Asmongold still makes tremendous amounts of money on Twitter because he uses Twitter to plug his clips and put them onto like other platforms. So like he doesn't really agree with this because he would still be able to use it as a pathway. And if anything, it would just make his clips more popular because he would still put them out because he still makes tremendous. Like any clip that goes up about Asmongold on Twitter will never make the amount of money from Twitter monetization compared to what he can make by just by like it's signal boosting some video that he had to take on, or even if it just signal boosts him and then you go and watch the stream, you have a higher chance of doing that. So.
Society since crack hit in the 80s.
And if anything, I think it's not a bad thing. I mean, it might cut down on some of like the fucking slop like posters for sure, but I think that if anything, it would just help him out because he doesn't use it for the money. He uses it for the engagement.
To add fuel to the fire.
Actually, I mean, I'm okay with it, but like they need to have a better approval process because too many people use it badly.
How so? I'm curious about that.
Oh, interesting. Too many people.
Do you think he's just saying that now that they came out that like there's a ton of MAGA accounts from like other countries? I'm sure it's not just MAGA accounts, but it's fucking funny.
People use it,
but it does actually seem to be primarily MAGA accounts.
Badly. What do you mean by that, Asmongold? You're not saying that people would pay for a blue check mark on Twitter to get paid for tweeting and then abuse it by engagement farming and rage baiting to earn money? You mean you don't like that either?
That is the implication of what he's saying.
Man, if only there was a word for that. You cannot make this shit up, dude. 5 seconds ago, bro was acting like grifting was a foreign concept to him. Now he's like, yeah, too many people abuse getting paid for tweets on X.
That's actually funny. He's not wrong about that. Yeah, that is kind of, he kind of did slam Asmongold on that point.
Bro! At least keep your own logic consistent. My God. All right, we got this whole rage bait culture.
I don't think that he has to. I think he comes off, it seems he comes off appearing reasonable, even though he just countered his own point.
We're going on now. Because you can say some shit that you know is completely false and then turn around and hide behind. That's bro, true. You fell for the rage bait. Yeah. Let me give you guys examples of what we're talking about here. Take the Wolverine game coming out for PlayStation 5. You guys remember?
Oh, is there one? Oh, I think I saw something about that. That's fine.
The Wolverine reveal.
It looks very gory, guys. It kind of goes against my Christian values.
Just a couple of weeks ago, right? Showed Wolverine, Mystique, the combat, some of the story, the graphics.
What does Mystique look like? Isn't she a shapeshifter? She could look like anybody, right?
Graphics look good. I mean, shit.
Oh, that's it? What's wrong with the way she looks?
Yep.
Mystique, what about it?
It ain't.
What's wrong with what? I'm most confused.
Good enough for these losers.
What does Sweet Baby's Mystique mean? I don't even understand what that means. Sweet Baby's Mystique. I don't understand what this tweet means. Am I fucking stupid? Sweet Baby's Mystique? What does it mean?
Do my ears deceive me? Did y'all hear him say that? It ain't good enough for these losers. Do my ears deceive me? Did y'all?
Mystique, what about it?
It ain't good enough for these losers.
I don't understand.
Do my ears deceive me? Did y'all hear him say that?
Mystique, what about it?
It's Mystique. What about it? I'm gonna remember you said that, bro. There's for a group of people that can't even.
She didn't look like a porn star or something. Oh, she looks fine. I don't understand. Who cares?
Stand it when a woman is a lead character in the game. You would think that a Wolverine video game would be their cup of tea. You think that would be exactly what they need. Right. Nah, bro. They're mad about the woman that is in the game. Okay. These people are mad that the X-Man Mystique, the blue shape-shifting mutant, is not sexy enough for them. Okay.
I mean, I do enjoy sexiness, but she looks fine. She's not bad looking. She just doesn't have like massive proportions. But what I kind of find interesting is, I don't know. I feel like big proportions. I don't know, dude. I mean, big busty women. I thought that we were supposed to be fat shaming people. I guess there's a middle ground, and it's more voluptuous than historically. But back in the day, it was like petite women that were considered more attractive. Now we're looking for fucking big boobs and thick thighs and shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? I don't think you have to be able to jack off to anybody. Besides, canonically, what if Mystique is just like a little self-conscious and she just kind of downplays her? She just transforms into herself, but a little less sexy because she doesn't like men looking at her and ogling her in public. Like, how do we know that Mystique isn't actually triggered by people, viewing her in a sexual capacity? Got him!
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Somebody wants a hot bitch in their game. What's the problem with that?
Whoa! A hot bitch? That's not polite, Asmongold.
Asmongold. Did a brick hit your head in the last 30 seconds and I missed it or something? You literally just went back to your default settings, bro. You proved my point. 5 seconds ago, you yourself said, that's Mystique. What's the issue? Which I agree with. Now you're saying, well, why shouldn't we want hot girls in games? Who says we can't have that? Why is that bad?
I think that's him playing to this facade of appearing reasonable. I think that's why.
Who made you decide that? I never said that.
You can say, I like pancakes, and somebody will say, so you hate waffles? Okay, I gotcha. I've heard that meme before.
Find one time in the original vid or this vid where I said we shouldn't want hot characters in games. You can't, because I didn't say that, and that's not my argument. All I'm saying is it's absolutely ridiculous to completely write a game off and call it DEI slop simply.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen a lot about the whole Wolverine game. I haven't seen anybody complaining about her. So that could just be one person saying it. I don't really know if that's like a continuous chain of people saying it, but
because a side character's design isn't your favorite. And clearly it's doing its job. It looks like Mystique enough for even you to be like, that's Mystique. What's the issue? But you can't help yourself, can you? You immediately made up an imaginary issue to get mad at. You're fighting ghosts, bro. You don't even realize you do it too because it's your default setting. And now you've got your audience of poor souls rallying talking about some, yeah, we should be able to have hot girls in games. Fuck what that guy's talking about. Why shouldn't we be able to? Nobody said that. And this is a prime example in real time how that type of disingenuousness doesn't help gaming at all. You're putting words in my mouth and getting mad at me for things I never said. And I think you do it on purpose because you know there's truth to what I'm saying, but you can't even acknowledge it because you have to die on your hill. You know what I'm bringing up is real, so you pivot to a whole different argument. And that argument is a good separate argument. There should be allowed to be hot girls in games. Nobody
for sure, but I don't think every girl needs to be hot in a game, you know?
He's saying there shouldn't be. But that's still a different argument because no one said there shouldn't be. Goalpost shifting like you wouldn't believe.
Who decided that's a bad thing?
Not me.
Well, I think Asmongold was he watches these videos, he's just reading off of a script. The first thing that was presented in this video was like, hey, have you ever seen a game's coming out and there's a girl lead and that triggers you? And Asmongold goes, yeah, I hate it when they gender swap. It's like, okay, well, that wasn't really the question, right? Nobody's talking about fucking gender swapping anybody. So we're right. And now it's just like the Mystique thing. He doesn't actually care. So people are like, oh, look, it's Mystique. And he's like, oh yeah, what's the problem? She looks fine. That's what he's basically implying. And then there's this complaint that she's not goonerish enough. He's like, yeah, what's wrong with that? It's like, okay, you're just saying things. You're just like Asmongold speaks in the most current sentence. That's literally it. He speaks in the most current sentence. Like, boom. It's like I don't even know how to talk about it. He like speaks in clips in some capacity. Like he's speaking in like the right now sentence. Something's being said right now. What's my response to the right now thing? I totally dodged that. This is actually fucking dog shit. Incredible. What a fucking game. But he's speaking in like the current sentence. It's fucking weird.
Who decided that's something that you're not supposed to say?
Not me.
Oh.
You're fighting ghosts, bro.
And am I? Yeah, who decided this? That's her Mystique.
Who decided
it's her appeal. Yeah, I remember back in the day, bro. Mystique was hot as fuck. Mystique and Rogue were hot as hell.
But she looks good in the game. How much hotter do we gotta make her? She look good.
And also, here's the other thing. Is that I guarantee you if she was more attractive, it'd sell more copies.
All right, bro.
It's undeniable that having attractive appeal.
What if you're like attracted to petite women though? Like what's up with that? What if that's like a thing that you're into?
Characters is better than having characters that are unattractive and unappealing.
Dude, sex sells. That's a fact. I can't argue that. I can't disagree with that.
I don't even think this is what he's saying is correct though. You don't really know that. I mean, if it I don't know what the aesthetic of the game is, but making every single girl in your game somebody that you want to fuck isn't necessarily going to sell more copies. Like you might sell more copies to a particular person or type of person, but that doesn't mean that's the entire audience that you want. So like if you make a game that's like all for gooner guys, then you're probably going to struggle to get non-gooner guys to want to buy your game. It's just like it's the rationality, it doesn't exist there. It's the most baseline level of understanding of a situation. Yeah, if all the girls were hot, people would love that. Some people, but then what about other people who wouldn't like that? Maybe then if they're not trying to go for those people exclusively, then this is actually a bad tactic. So
it's just the truth. You seem to think other people don't get that. That's not the case. Sex does sell, but does that mean I need to see big flopping mommy milkers on Mystique in the Wolverine game? You're telling me in this gritty ass, realistic, mutant hunting world, Mystique should be the one character with an over-sexualized design? That just doesn't.
I mean, especially since she's a shapeshifter, it would you would imagine she could just make herself look like whatever she wants, even herself, but differently. So then, like, how is it productive? Like, do you think that she was like, oh, such like a whore that wants to get fucked all the time, so she makes herself look available to get fucked? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do you know she doesn't downplay her own proportions to be a more normal person?
Fit this game. I think she looks good, but more importantly, I can tell that's Mystique. You could too, which means it's accurate to the source material and it fits the art direction of the game. I'm not saying make her butt ass ugly, but she just looks realistic for the game. She looks good.
I mean, that's why every gacha game has attractive characters.
Right.
That's why.
Okay, but this isn't a gacha game, is it?
And if you think that I'm wrong on this, go look at the characters that girls cosplay.
Oh. Sorry, is the new Wolverine game supposed to be a gacha game? Because like gacha games are literally addict bait. Gacha games are usually mobile games with girls with big fat tits so that guys will go and play them and jerk off to them and get horny and spend more money because they're in a vulnerable state of fucking horniness. So this Wolverine game, I do not think it's supposed to be a gacha game at all. It's supposed to be like a more realistic Wolverine game, but he wants it to have like this doesn't make any sense. He's just, dude, I swear to God, I don't even know how to articulate. Like, Asmongold just talks. Like he's a debate bro, I think at this point. Like, you can't even have an artistic conversation. Hey, guys, we're making this new game called, like, a Wolverine game. It's supposed to be a little bit more, like, gritty and more realistic looking. And, you know, Mystique doesn't have huge fat tits. Well, actually, huge fat tits are great. Have you ever seen gacha games? Wow, that's incredible. Like, what the fuck? That would be like if we were talking about Call of Duty right now. I was like, yeah, but, you know, there's a lot of other games that sell well. Farming simulators are great. Why don't they just make it a farming simulator? Why would they need to do that? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what you're talking. Like, unironically, you're just saying words. You're just saying fucking words, bro. Like, you're not even like making a point. You know, you're just like, yeah, you know what? Like, if you worked for an advertising company, you get fucking fired because they're like, yeah, you know what? Oh yeah, we really want to plug this brand. What should we do? What if we just put tits on it? Oh, okay. Well, we promote kids clothing. Well, yeah. Okay. But you know, like prostitutes do well. It's like, what are you talking about? This is nothing to do with anything that we're talking about here. Why are you such a gooner?
Okay.
Not only do men not like these characters, but women don't even like these characters. That's why they don't pretend to be these characters.
What? You think women like girls with big tits? Sometimes, but I don't think that women are not going to respond to a game particularly well that over-sexualizes the female characters because they're going to be like, oh, this isn't for me. What?
I don't know about you guys, but I don't go to gacha games for like a God of War level narrative type of story. Gacha games, bro, we're talking about hyper stylized games. The whole aesthetic of these games are the art style and the addictive gameplay loop. A more realistic game that's meant to feel more immersive won't follow that model. It'll just have people looking more realistic, not ugly. If Atsu from Ghost of Yote was some tiny waist, mommy milker, skimpy clothes ass wearing character, that doesn't even fit the aesthetic and identity the game is going for. So
yeah, so it wouldn't do as well because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
So if that's what you want so bad, you should just play a game that fits more of what you're looking for instead of force your opinions onto every other game. Because some of the games have a vision for what they want themselves to be, and it can be very hard to have both while still having immersion.
Now, they might dress up like Rouge or like Rogue or fucking Mystique, but not from the game like that.
Oh, dude. This Mystique is wearing like a combat uniform. She's undercover right now. We don't know what her full design will look like, so I don't even know why we're judging it off the 1 second clip she's in. Girls.
Also, if she's doing combat, what if canonically she just shapeshifts herself to be skinnier because it makes it easier for her to do her job? Or like with smaller tits. She's like, yeah, I'm an assassin or something. I probably shouldn't have big jiggly tits because they might fuck me over. This guy's fucking me up. What the fuck?
Those are hot, bro. They make costumes look hot. When I think of what I'm attracted,
and also people they do gooner cosplays for everything. Wow. This guy is super fucking enraged, huh?
To, I don't first think of ninjas, but I do see a bunch of sexy ninja girls on Halloween. I won't say that I completely don't get what you're saying, but someone choosing to cosplay a character they deem attractive doesn't mean a game like Wolverine will be bad or woke just because you don't like Mystique's design in that game. But we're getting way off topic here. DEI Mystique. What the hell does that even mean? It's at the point now they just throw around whatever buzzword they want to, bro. This shit makes no sense because, dog, the attractiveness of a character does not impact the gameplay at all.
Why make it ugly?
So you think they're intentionally making characters look ugly? This may shock.
She doesn't even look ugly. It's just a stylistic fucking choice.
But people do have different definitions for attractive. Of course, as a people, I think we have a general consensus on like attractive versus not. But like, how far in attractiveness do you need a side character like Mystique to scale up to? Especially before she starts looking out of place art-wise. Beauty really must be in the eye of the beholder, because I ain't gonna lie.
She is very gorgeous to me.
If it doesn't matter, then why intentionally make it bad? Does it make sense?
Who says they're making it intentionally bad, though? I mean, and that's the thing, because...
Who even says that it's bad? Like, what the fuck? What the hell's happening here?
5 seconds ago, right? 5 seconds ago, you said Mystique's design is fine. It's normal. Now, 2 minutes later, you're saying, why would they intentionally make a character look bad? You just went from, that's Mystique, what's the issue, to why shouldn't we have hot girls in games, to claiming they're making characters ugly intentionally. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just talking. He's talking, and I think that, like, I don't know if it's because he wants to appear reasonable, or if he unironically is, like, brain burdened with like a brain fog. I don't really know which one it is. I think it's tough to know. I think it's a tough one to actually know. I don't know. I don't know, dude. It's fucking tough. Who knows? I don't know. He might honestly just like Asmongold's not a fat guy, and I understand that, but I really think that Asmongold, like, I think that his health is worse than most fat people's health, because of the way that he eats. And I don't think that people understand that one of the things about, like, being overweight is, like, you eat poor. Like, being overweight is a symptom of eating like shit. Like, Asmongold just simply doesn't have that symptom, but you still get the other symptoms of, like, brain fog and, like, not being able to, have, like, a long-term memory. Brain fog is a very real thing. I unironically think he has an actual brain fog. I think that Asmongold's probably less healthy than I am, and he has, like, a legitimate brain fog that impedes his ability to think beyond, like, 15 seconds. Because he will just say a different thing 15 seconds later. It's fucking crazy.
Asmongold, yeah. You totally believe everything that's coming out of your mouth. We give a damn about the side characters' looks right now. On top of that, this shit is the most ironic thing.
The reason why, here's the reason why, I'll give an honest answer, is that
I love it. Here we go.
Canary.
What?
Okay.
It's something that, here's the reason why, I'll give an honest answer, is that
I love it. Here we go.
Canary.
Okay.
What?
It's something that people have seen over and over with video games that continuously uglify characters. They make them look weird. They give them
Mystique, the blue person, how they make her look weird.
Uncertain genders. They look like androgynous characters rather than definitive male or female characters.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. I want you to listen to this again, but with Mystique on the screen.
Over and over with video.
Now, on top of that, this shit is the most ironic thing.
The reason why, here's the reason why, I'll give an honest answer, is that
I love it. Here we go.
Canary.
Okay.
It's something that people have seen over and over with.
Did he say it's a mine in a canary instead of a canary in a mine?
I
love it. Here we go.
Canary.
Okay.
Or maybe he said a mining canary. He's saying that it's basically a dog whistle. Like, or not even a dog whistle. It's like, oh, we're seeing the canary in the mines chirping. There must be gas that we can't detect. And it's wokeness. This is this, but... Okay.
It's something that people have seen over and over with video games that continuously uglify characters. They make them look weird. They give them uncertain genders.
She just looks like Mystique has always looked.
They look like androgynous characters rather than definitive male or female characters. Right. A lot of these video games that have released have had a pattern of being horrible.
Link from Legend of Zelda.
Okay. So anyway, we're talking about this person. That's number one. Number two, let's say they did Ghost of Yotei with a girl with big fat knockers. Asmongold would be sitting here saying that the game's not realistic enough because she has big fat knockers. It's not about any reasonable criticism. It's about complaining. That's it. It's just about complaining. And like every Asian character looks more androgynous. That's kind of the tactic. Like a lot of Final Fantasy games, the main character, like especially when they're boys, especially historically, have been like somewhat androgynous because it's so that girls can like assign themselves into that character as well. It's like a tactic to make it seem more relatable for everybody.
Zelda was intentionally designed to look gender neutral, just so the character could be more relatable to more people.
I thought it was so that we could look at femboy shit. Whoa, dude, what the fuck?
Literally confirmed by the people who designed the character. Is that too woke, Asmongold? Is that an example of DEI ruining games? Or was
no, because he's okay with it because he grew up with it and it wasn't a problem to his complaining brain, True. Kirby should have big fat tits, in my fucking opinion. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's fucking woke shit. Where's Kirby's big fat boobs, dude? It's fucking ridiculous. Show me Kirby's big boobs. Show me Kirby's big fat boobs. Please. Chat. Show me the big fat boobs.
It's just a creative decision that paid off massively, since Link and The Legend of Zelda are two of the most popular things in gaming. If Legend of Zelda
They are pretty popular.
To drop brand new today, y'all would be calling it woke slop. Right,
like
okay.
the new Black Ops game, for example. You have obviously Avowed. You have Dragon Age.
Bro, what the fuck are these examples?
I don't know what you're talking about, but wasn't Dragon Age like critically acclaimed?
Shadows. There's Star Wars Outlaws. Like there are so many different points on the graph that show that, you know, desexualizing characters and the games that do.
What is wrong with desexualizing characters? What is wrong with fucking Dragon Age? What do the characters look like that they're like not sexy enough to you? I don't understand. What do the girls look like? Like, what is it that's so weird? Is it because some of them are more masculine? Whatever, dude. Some guys like hairy armpit girls, or girls that look like they have hairy armpits, okay? Why don't you fucking back off, dude? Stop fucking with my inclusion.
that have been tremendously...
Not the new Dragon Age? Oh, okay.
Unsuccessful, that now people have recognized a pattern.
Right.
And I think this pattern is very...
We've done pattern recognition. Wink, wink.
Easy to understand. And
desexualizing implies that games are inherently supposed to be sexual. And I don't think that's fair to games. Star Wars Outlaws was hot ass. But I can tell that it was a woman main character. You couldn't? And the story is poorly written. It's a horrible game, but it's still Star Wars for the most...
Typical Star Wars, in my opinion, honestly. Kind of went downhill ever since the third trilogy. I mean, you can make arguments about the prequel trilogy being rough, but you know, I mean, really, I guess it went downhill really since the original trilogy. I guess you'd say the original trilogy pretty good. Then it just kind of went downhill. And I liked the prequel trilogy. It was still fun, but at least the story like was okay within itself. But the fucking new trilogy doesn't even make sense, bro. It's fucking crazy. But Lord of the Rings is better.
Most part, I don't think it's disrespectful to them.
Was the new Dragon Age garbage? Oh, okay, I must be thinking of a different Dragon Age from like then.
Franchise, it just sucked ass. If everything in the game was the same and we just made the main character more attractive, this game would...
Well, here's my thing, dude. It's like we're sitting here fucking shitting our pants over it. Hey guys, here's an example of some games that went too far when it came to like making girls ugly, I guess. Oh, okay. Hey guys, here's Mystique and she just doesn't have huge tits, but she's still like a pretty attractive girl. Oh, fuck you, dude. I'm gonna shit and come. Why? Like, you guys have, like, these people have, like, they have brainworms. I think that they have, like, legitimate brainworms. They don't understand the way that the world is supposed to work. You know, the way that the world usually works is that, like, something exists and people want to change it. So sometimes they change too much and go too far, and then things kind of rebound back to a more reasonable point. That's what happens. Hey, guys, games are very male-centric. We want to make them with more inclusivity. Okay, let's do a drastic shift in a direction of, like, going from, like, you know, more masculine characters to everybody's a gay woman with and black and also color hair. And they look like black polyamorous people. Oh, shit. That was a little too far. Okay, let's kind of roll it back, and let's not make every single girl in a game sexualized, because I think that some girls would become uncomfortable playing a game where the girls exist just to make guys' penises hard. Okay, that's cool. I think that that's great. That's it. That's all it is. This is a normal thing in society. You start off one way, you go a little too far, and then you rebound back to a more reasonable position. But apparently that's not acceptable, because we're not thinking critically. Because Asmongold has brain fog, dude. Asmongold drinks sugary sodas every single day. He doesn't exercise. Like, I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole. And before you say anything, dude, here we go. I exercise, bro. I also supersize with extra fries. But, like, unironically, from somebody who knows what it's like to eat like shit and not exercise, like, brain fog exists. Asmongold is just a skinny fat person. He has brain fog. So he doesn't like think critically about anything. He sees information in front of him and he goes, yes. Yeah, this is yes, of course. And then he sees new information in front of him. He's like, yeah, it doesn't matter what the information can be completely contradicting to the other piece of information. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is true. Oh, this is true. Oh yeah, this is true. You know? Hey, Mystique exists in the game. What's wrong with her design? Oh, I don't know. She looks fine to me. That's what Asmongold says. The next thing. Oh, people are complaining that she doesn't have huge knockers. Oh, what's wrong with huge knockers? Oh, we're in a new perspective. I don't remember 50. I'm a goldfish. I think that that's what it is. Asmongoldfish. That is what it needs to be understood. It's Asmongoldfish. That is what Asmongold is. He doesn't remember like 15 seconds. Be a goldfish. Be a goldfish, dude. Guys.
Hey, Sam, come here a sec.
Coach, I'm sorry.
You know what the happiest animal on earth is? It's a goldfish. You know why?
No.
It's got a 10-second memory. Be a goldfish, Sam.
Be a goldfish, Asmongold.
Yeah.
Happiest creature on earth. Asmongold, the one thing that you cannot say about Asmongold is he looks miserable. He looks like the happiest person ever. He's a goldfish. That's it. He's a goldfish. I'm telling you, this is it. I figured it out. He's a goldfish. They're not going to nuke the stream. Stop. It's transformational. Shut the fuck up.
Would still be hot ass. Black Ops 7? Are we talking about her? She's not even the main character.
What the hell? She looks she looks kind of like a human version of like a Predator from the Alien versus Predator or series. I said Alien versus Predator, so you'd understand what I meant more. Because I like what do you say? She looks like a Predator from Predator, you know.
Character.
What the hell? And he's right about that. Like, it's not just that this is one of actually the biggest problems is that like they'll do we'll call it a DEI game, and they'll make it play like shit. That's the bigger issue. They're like, oh, here's a DEI game. Oh, it plays like shit. Yeah. We did that on purpose. Like, why? What the fuck? Like, they don't put effort into it. Like, the new Star Wars trilogy. It could have been great. The characters were great. I think that the actors were all great. The script sucked. They just were like, oh, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it seemed like they're like, oh, we have a lot of inclusion. Let's just phone the script in. That's what it seemed like to me. Or we can get to a really complicated conversation, I suppose, where like part of it might just be it's difficult to mix the male and female power fantasy together. This is something that's like a little weird and woke maybe, but it's something that I've been thinking about for a while. The traditional male power fantasy is somebody who is nothing and then earns a ton of value as a person and becomes the hero, right? Like Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? Like, or just anybody in general. That's like a male power fantasy because we're taught that we have like, it's just like historically men are taught like, you know, they have to better themselves and they have to be providers and they have to do better and blah, 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 blah. They have to grow. So that's a traditional male power fantasy, is that hero's journey. The traditional female fantasy is to just be very beautiful and valuable to somebody and then for people to do things for you. Right. And so now we're entering kind of a new era of girls who grew up being told, we'll say the princess fantasy, but they want to have the hero fantasy. So how do you mix the traditional male hero power fantasy with the traditional female princess fantasy? You take a girl who's already great and you put her in the hero role. Right? Even though she doesn't like earn anything, which is why like Rey, I understand Kylo Ren was injured, but like Rey can beat Kylo Ren in the end of the first movie. She shouldn't be able to because he's so trained. The only reason that she shouldn't have died is because he was injured. But I think that is the problem. And it's really just like I think girls are just trying to, like writers are trying to figure out like a woman's place in a hero role. And I think that like they're understanding that like, oh, that doesn't really resonate with people to have a girl that's just great at things right off the bat. You know, let's put a woman inside of like that traditional hero fantasy where like she earns her place and she advances and she evolves and she has like a very compelling individual or a very compelling character building arc. I think that that's one of the issues. And it's really just about adjusting to like this new understanding of like women being in traditional masculine roles. But I don't think you need to like feminize women either in every instance. You can put a woman in a masculine fantasy and it's fine. So yeah.
Black Ops 7 was abysmal dog shit, I'm not going to lie. But it's not because of her, dog, she's barely in it. Assassin's Creed Shadows? Really? Shadows was a very mid-game, but it's not because of these character designs. It also sold pretty well for an Assassin's Creed game. It wasn't a failure.
What happens is that those people, the reason why they do that is because they don't care about what the audience wants.
Okay.
I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think they just get it wrong what they think the audience wants.
Care about whether somebody likes this or not. They care about using this as a position to where they can push their worldview.
Isn't that what some people do too by writing off a whole game simply because it has a woman lead? How many people were saying Ghost of Woke gay as soon as they found out?
Woke gay? What the hell?
Out the main character was a woman this time. Some of these people even being fans of Tsushima. So I could easily say they don't really care about games. They don't really care about variety and creative choice. Well,
I don't think that they do, or else they'd be like, I'm hesitant about this, but maybe it'll be good. That's what they would say if they actually care about games.
Don't care about a different perspective. You want every game to be exactly like whatever your vision for it is. So what's really the difference here? I don't see you making a game with
Can I do a fourth infiltrate? Wait a minute.
A bunch of bad bitches in it if that's what you want so bad.
Like that doesn't really respect the player, and they also don't respect the medium that they're making a game for.
Okay.
So
yeah, I mean, Asmongold's problem here is that like what he's saying is not applied critically. Right? Like it'll be like so like if you look, there's some games where what he's saying is true, but then you look at a game like Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yote, and people instantly had a fucking meltdown about it because it was a girl character. But then you play the game and it's actually really good. Right. And so what I look at is like if I see a game that has like not like a masculine guy in it, I'll be a little hesitant about it. I'll be like, you know, this might be cringe. But then I'm like, well, I want to wait until actually watch it first, because what if it's not cringe, you know? I don't want to be a fucking idiot just shooting from the hip, pretending that it's like, this is horrible, and it looks stupid when it's like, oh, this is actually well done. That's the problem. This is apparently Asmongold fish, so incredible stuff. I love that. Okay. We're going to make Asmongold fish stick, okay? Thank you for creating that. It's crazy.
Really big surprise that a person who is just by categorical association disrespecting the source material and not creating content for their core audience.
Right.
Big surprise that you're going to have a large.
What is a core audience? What right now, like, I see something that's like a little bit like weird. Core audience. Like, I think it's okay to create things that are not just for your core audience, or else you get like completely hardcore audience captured.
Larger group out of that sample size that is going to create bad products.
Here's my thing, right? If those games always fail, why are you so upset? You should want that. If they fail, they make no money, and there's less chance of a game like that coming out again. Games with theming or politics you don't agree with will come out. They will always come out. And that one game coming out is not going to turn every other game woke. And if a game you consider woke slop does bad, fails, and loses money, great! That's what you want, right?
And even if you disagree, you just, all you have to do is look at the points on the graph.
He loves saying
That's a
that.
straight fucking line.
He loves saying
There's maybe
that.
one or two exceptions,
Hey, he do be love is saying that. You know what I'm saying?
but like there's a
Asmongold. Hassan's gonna be saying Asmongoldfish in a week and pretend he came up with it, bro. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Dude, could you imagine? There's no way that would happen. There's no way, because Hassan's criticisms of Asmongold have no substance to them. Like, he doesn't actually watch the guy's content. Hassan just gets fucking butthurt that Asmongold's more popular than him, and he doesn't understand like exactly why. He's like, his politics are different. What the fuck? Like, I get it. I understand why in different instances. I mean, we are farther to like the right now. I think that Asmongold speaks very confident. He's very charismatic. I think that he appeals to an audience of people who are undervalued in society. People who are very antisocial and stay online. Asmongold seems like the top tier guy for them, right? Like, I mean, you know, Asmongold is not exactly like the pinnacle of like taking care of himself, and I'm not saying that I am either, but like, this is somebody that, like, you know, unfortunately has an issue with like his teeth. He memes on himself for like not really showering, and I know all of it's a little sensationalized, but like not showering, the dead rat alarm clock. You've seen roaches going around his room, piles of garbage. He doesn't really work out or anything or take care of his body. He doesn't try to, right? So like, I get it. He appeals to this audience of people who are online who feel unrepresented and they feel outcasted by society because they engage in antisocial behaviors. I understand it. And then he speaks confidently and he says things that people want to hear. He's very, I don't want to say he's kind of like, he's just kind of rude and nihilistic in some instances where he's like, yeah, fuck it. You know, I don't care about this. And it's like, oh, base. He doesn't give a fuck. Right. So I understand why he's popular. I get it. I don't think that Hassan does, because I think that Hassan, he's just, I don't know. He's just very shallow. He's an attractive looking guy that speaks confidently, but Hassan understands optics a little better than Hassan. Asmongold understands optics a little better than Hassan, in the sense that he like Hassan perseverates about like shit that bothers him. You know, and I think that Asmongold kind of like has this aura of like, I'm not bothered by anything, which might be true. He's a very happy Asmongoldfish. He's very happiest person in the world, the goldfish. They're not persons, but he's a person. But Hassan perseverates like on Ethan Klein. Like, he's, you know, he back in the day he was able to use other people to attack Ethan for him. Now he can't because they're under lawsuits, and now he won't shut the fuck up about Ethan, right? So he perseverates. He's how do people perceive me? And he's like fucking hyperventilating, trying to figure out like why people like him less. It's just because he's like a fucking annoying asshole and he's entitled. And he compared his people memeing like somebody walking up with a free Kaya picture. He compared that to like Amaru getting like abused. It's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, I wouldn't doubt that he would do that. If he does do that, we'll have to make this a clip. Huh? We'll have to put this up there just to prove it.
a million examples.
Yeah, I gotta disagree, because most of the examples we use, they don't necessarily fit that.
I don't know really how you could say otherwise.
Because 50-50 is not the reason Black Ops 7 is ass. Trust me, I know. I played the whole campaign. Avowed is like...
Yeah, but you're not supposed to actually play something and have like a actual valuable criticism. Hassan doesn't know me. Dude, stop fucking bullying me, okay? I almost got triggered, okay? Hassan does know me. He just doesn't bother talking about me. All right, but I know that you're a fucking troll in my chat, and you always fuck with me, okay? To be clear, I'm not worth talking about. But the conversation wasn't about that. The conversation was like, will Hassan see the Asmongoldfish meme and steal it and say he did it? You know? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Stop fucking one guying me though, dude. It's super fucking rude. Look, here we go. 3 years ago, Hassan body shamed me. Okay, see, he's watching me 3 years ago, guys. How relevant am I? Am I right?
Somewhere in the middle, not a success, but not a major flop. Dragon Age Veilguard definitely failed. But I don't think it's the characters, I just think it's the
Oh, I was thinking of the game with like a redhead as the lead in that. Isn't there a Dragon Age with a redhead in the lead?
game. From what I can tell from actual criticism, the writing was the worst part about Dragon Age Veilguard. Same thing with Star Wars Outlaws. Not necessarily a character design issue. The game's just ass. The gameplay is not fun. Story
It's booty cheeks, dude. Can I command this guy to fight him too? What the
is
hell?
not well written. It's not a well put together game in my opinion. I think you're definitely oversimplifying it to fit that agenda. Any creative has to balance what they want to make with what they think others will enjoy. Sometimes it doesn't line up. Gaming will be okay. But okay, cool. They don't like Mystique.
This sounds
right.
Dude, I'm actually playing like an idiot. I keep running back when I don't need to.
Sure. This one.
PEI Mystique.
Yeah, sure.
They love manly men in their video games, right? So Wolverine, at the very least, being the main character and the main focus about this game, that should be enough for them to not be complaining too much.
Sure. Unhinged emotional meltdown of Insomniac Wolverine fanboys is priceless. We're gonna have a fun year. This is Wolverine, Wokeverine for the modern Pedro Pascal audience, non-binary. I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what that means. What does all this mean? The unhinged emotional meltdown from all the Insomniac Wolverine fans. Can I just be okay? I just need to replay this.
Unhinged emotional meltdown of Insomniac Wolverine fanboys is priceless. We're gonna have a fun year. This is Wolverine, Wokeverine for the modern Pedro Pascal audience, non-binary. I don't even know what it is.
I don't think Asmongold comprehended anything that he just read. I think he's just because he did it to me last time. He read like one of my tweets and he was like fat and bald, which was funny. And he called me the R slur, not the actual R slur, the R slur, ARSE. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I feel like he didn't comprehend what he was just reading. He's just like, oh, there's something on the screen, I got to read it. But he didn't actually. I don't think he comprehended a single thing he just said. The unhinged emotional meltdown from all the Insomniac Wolverine fanboys is priceless. We're going to have a fun year. This is the Wolverine for the modern Pedro Pascal audience. Non-binary. I don't even understand what this guy's saying. What is an Insomniac Wolverine fan? Is he making fun of woke people? I don't even know what's going on the screen. This doesn't make any sense to me, this entire message. It sounds like he's making fun of Wolverine people at first, but then now he's like actually making fun of Pedro Pascal being attracted. I don't really understand what the fuck's happening here. I don't think Asmongold does either.
You don't even know what it is.
Like, I mean, it looks fine to me.
It looks fine to him. You heard it here.
Like, I mean, it looks fine to me. I don't even know why they're.
Whoa, Asmongold a little.
I don't even know why they're mad. Yeah, you heard him. This Wolverine is a soy boy to them. This Wolverine.
The trouble just has a way of finding me.
Whoa!
Wolverine enough for these people. Dog, it gets to what are we talking about? I'm watching this man turn people into Anakin Skywalker, bro. Leaping at people with max ferocity. Yeah. This man is about homicide Looks right good. Now. And it's not enough for y'all. This is ass. This is ass to y'all. Like, it gets to a point where I really wonder.
That was kind of cool how he was like sliding but like reducing his speed with his fucking claws. That was pretty badass.
What is it that y'all want from these games? They are just committed to the grift, bro. It's insane. Remember?
Well, I mean, really, if they're so committed to the grift, you should at least explain what it is. Like, I mean, there's probably a reason why they said that.
I think that they say that because they hate Pedro Pascal. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Pedro Pascal. He's not a bad actor at all. I watch what he's in, and I like everything I watch. Just something about him that bothers me. I can't even explain it. I don't know why it is. It's that. Maybe I'm racist. I don't know. Just kidding. But yeah, there's nothing to really explain. People are just like obsessed with him in like a negative way. Like, people have like a feeling of like, I don't really like this guy for some reason. There's just something about him that pisses me off. And instead of just being like, yeah, that's a me thing. If you know, they are just like, no, he's fucking terrible. He's actually a creep and he abuses every woman he touches. Like, what the fuck's happening right now?
He didn't even explain why they said that.
This guy's fucking up.
I'll let you finish before I say anything.
He didn't even explain why they said that. All he did really was like go and show a tweet of a person saying it was woke or bad. He didn't even show why they think that or anything. He didn't even present their
is Insomniac a Spider-Man game? Was it a bad game or something?
their argument.
Right.
He didn't even make a counter argument against what they said.
Right. Okay. Asmongold. What are you talking about? Are you actually thinking about the words you're saying, or are you just yapping on autopilot? The whole video you're watching
he's yapping on autopilot.
Is about why people like him say what he said. It's my whole point. You really said I didn't even explain.
He didn't even show why they think that or anything. He didn't even present their argument.
Money! The answer is money, bro. What do you mean? That's what I've been saying. You're talking.
So Asmongold's trying to make the point that like, oh no, they actually have maybe they have a reasonable reason So Asmongold, why don't you say it? But like, they don't have an actual reasonable reason. That's fucking crazy. This guy's 6 levels lower and fucking owned me. I'm gonna go enslave him. Asmongold likes slavery, by the way. You could look at the Papa Leftovers channel in the description and find the video where I talk about it. Because it do be true.
Talking about I didn't explain the tweet's argument. I don't think he has an argument. I think he's bullshitting for engagement. I've said that. And even if I didn't say that, since when is it down to me to explain his argument? Like, what the fuck are you talking about right now, dude? They didn't explain why they think it's bad. They didn't produce their argument. It doesn't fall on me to do that. And I don't think there is an argument. That's the point I think you're missing. He just said something to try and piss people off and start a hate campaign against Wolverine. My counter argument that you said I didn't have, even though I just don't think you've been listening, is that what he's saying is complete nonsense. How do I explain his argument when you yourself said you don't even know what that guy's complaining about?
Like, I mean, it looks fine to me. I don't even know why they're mad.
You don't even see the issue, which means you and I agree. But somehow it falls on me to explain his argument. That makes no sense.
Who said that? Also, like, yeah, one guy said that. I don't even know. Like, as far as I know, nobody really thinks that, except for like maybe a few people on Twitter.
There's people
just a few people on Twitter. That's everything. That's all of your audience. You just like fucking jerked off Twitter and you're like, yeah, Twitter's pretty fucking great, isn't it? Everybody gets to do free speech. And it's like, no, just a few people on the mega free speech platforms. You know what I mean? It's like he chooses when Twitter becomes the most impactful thing in the entire world.
in your chat right now saying the same shit. You can't make this up, bro. Yes, I used him as my main example for the point I was trying to make right there. That's not crazy. And his tweet is important because if grifting culture wasn't as prevalent as it is right now, I don't think this guy would have tweeted this shit at all. Because like you said, what the hell's he even talking about? That's just the one tweet I chose to use. And again, it's how grifting culture encourages this type of bullshit anyway. Just listen to a clip of one of my favorite grifters, the wonderful Laura Dart. Let me just play you a quick clip of something she said recently. My favorite.
One thing that I thought was really weird about this trailer that I had said while I was live streaming the State of Play is the fact that 90% of the enemies that Wolverine is beating up are minorities.
What? What the fuck does that mean?
If he doesn't say anything about this, you already know.
So I just have a
wouldn't that make it anti-woke?
very sneaking suspicion that it's going to be about his white privilege and him coming to terms with that and him.
What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Is this real? Is she worried about getting fucking replaced by a fucking black girl by Disney? This fucking redheaded white lady? That she's saying some of the most obnoxious shit in the entire fucking world? What the fuck is she talking about? She giving me fucking brainworms, bro. What the fuck is she talking about? What the fuck is she on about, dude? What the hell kind of argument is that? This guy's killing a lot of minorities, so he must be going through a his white privilege understanding arc? There's no fucking way. This woman's a clown.
Him trying to become a
What the fuck?
better man.
Jesus.
I just have a feeling that that is not a coincidence.
Oh, Vara. Come on.
A lot of feelings here. Loving it.
Yeah, it could be a reach. Sure.
It could be a reach. But I'm not, dude, if a leftist person said something like this, you would have fucking came your fucking pants. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? You would have shit in my pants. He would have got so upset he would have shit in my pants. He would have pooped everybody's pants, I think. You would have shit everybody's pants, but not this time, I guess.
Thank you, Asmongold. I appreciate you, gang. She's on a ladder reaching for the stars, brother. My sweet, sweet angel. Are you smoking crack? This is how you know these people don't play or care about the games they're talking about at all. They just want to monetize off of your outrage. Why does it look like Wolverine's fighting a lot of minorities in the Wolverine game trailer? I don't know, man. Could it be that...
Who knows?
Who knows? I know.
Does it look like that?
We know.
Who knows why?
The game's not in fucking America? Dog, the game
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. Okay.
is set in Madripoor, a fictional country, not the United States. So if anything, Wolverine is the minority where he's at in that story. And guys, who knows? I know. We all know. Get back here, Asmongold. You do not just get to who knows your way out of that one, gang. You're not even gonna acknowledge that. She is literally doing what I'm calling out. She's trying to manufacture outrage by saying Wolverine is killing a bunch of minorities. It's a white guilt story. Oh, we're under attack. And she couldn't be bothered to do one Google search to see it's not in America.
Well, maybe they actually put it in a different country. Imagine she's right. This is the thing, is that if she's wrong, nobody in the Asmongold sphere will be like, oh, what an idiot. But if she's right, she wins like 1,000 accolades. That's what the whole thing is. That's why they'll speak like this. like people like this will speak. They will. Oh, fuck, I did it too early. People like this will say just ridiculous, dumb shit, because like they're just trying to be predictive. That's all it is. They're trying to be fucking predictive of what's going on, because they know if like, oh, if I actually if I predict this correctly, people are gonna like me so much. That's it. They're like, oh, I can really predict this one. That's all it is. Fuck, I'm dead. God damn it.
Double standard is crazy here, Asmongold. Come on, bro. You just attempted to grill me for not doing my due diligence, even though it's not my job to explain someone else's argument. Vara Dark is over here starting up some pretty serious claims about the Wolverine story with no sort of evidence to back her claims up at all, just going off of vibes and emotion bait. And you're just like, yeah, who knows? We'll let her slide on that one. Rule for thee, not for me type shit. Okay. Now, I see how you operate. I get it. These people do this with every game now. Yeah. I just showed you them saying Mystique in the new Wolverine game ain't sexy enough for them. So that begs the question, what do they want these characters to look like? And of course, it was no other game than Ghost of Yotei to provide us an answer to this question. Yeah.
They want like a masculine woman that's able to like fight other men to look like a girl with big tits, which even though it makes no historical sense or like sense of realism.
This one, bro, 56 million views.
Definitely bait. No doubt it's bait. But again, y'all see that blue check mark? He's getting paid for this bullshit.
And here's what I would say about this.
I like big boobs.
If she looked more like the character on the left,
he's gonna say
they would have sold more copies.
Whoa, great stuff, man. So I want to just be absolutely clear. I guarantee you, motherfuckers, that Asmongold is somebody who thinks that men have a problem with porn addiction. Because there is men with porn addictions. He'd be like, yeah, you know what? You shouldn't jack off all the time. It's probably not good for you. I guarantee you that this motherfucker would say that, which I agree. You know, you shouldn't be jacking off too much. But then he's like, what if we made it so every character wanted to make you jack off all the time? So like, which one is it? What are we doing here? Like, do we want to encourage a porn addiction, or do we want to like not encourage a porn addiction? Which one do we do? I don't know what we're supposed to feel anymore. Somebody tell me, please. Asmon Goldfish.
That's all. You take everything else and you say everything else is the same, but you change the way that she looks and you make her look like she was from Stellar Blade.
Oh, dog.
You would have sold more copies than you did already.
You know,
I kind of doubt that. I don't think that it fits the aesthetic of the game, and I don't think that people would like it as much.
What's funny about that? Game identity is real. It wouldn't fit the setting or narrative if Atsu was running around half naked. That's not the story they wanted to tell. And going by your logic, if attractiveness trumps all, Stellar Blade should be a much bigger game than Yotei, especially having a whole year head start on it.
Damn, it didn't do very well, huh?
What do you know? Yotei sold more copies in less than 2 months on one platform than Stellar Blade did in a whole year with a PC release.
It's funny too, because you want to know what Asmongold's best potential argument is. Well, actually, the only reason that the Ghost of Yotei game did better is because people complained about it so much on Twitter that it got popular, and it's not because the character looks and it's because the way the character looks made it get free advertising, I guess. I mean, I think it literally just fits the aesthetic better. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the argument. Like, what's your best argument? I guess I don't understand. Like, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck? This is crazy that I can like have everybody fight this guy.
Damn. I guess it's not all about boobies.
That's not about the game being bad.
Okay.
It's about it being better.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Again, sales numbers don't lie.
A game?
Well, there's no accountability from Asmongold's audience. I told you, it's like they're incel, like socially inept people that are like, I love boobs. I love boobs. I love boobs so much.
Can be successful despite this, but it's never going to be worse because of it.
I disagree.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I disagree too, dude.
I disagree. That's definitely not true. Yes, it definitely can make a game worse. If her character was the only one designed over sexually in this world, that would not fit the game. The whole shit would be immersion breaking. Holy fuck, we cannot be serious. If Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. Crazy. Holy
Are we really going to try to talk about how, like, for example, Stellar Blade wasn't massively popular because of the way that Eve looked?
Are you deadass? You know how many people didn't play Stellar Blade because they labeled it a gooner game? See, this is the funny part. I like Stellar Blade. I'm perfect.
Bro, you know, it's just so funny because, like, if you were married, you'd understand why big tits are a problem. Imagine, okay, so if you're an Asmongold incel audience and, like, you don't live with anybody except maybe your mom who's already disappointed in you but still loves you and, like, doesn't, you know, lets you stay at home and not have to better yourself because she just, like, wants you to love her, you would be like, yeah, big tits make better. if you're a grown ass fucking man, you got like a wife, especially if you got kids too, and you're like, yeah, we have like our living room is where we have the PlayStation 5, and you're like, yeah, I can't be playing big titty fucking mommy simulator in front of my wife. You would be like, yeah, that makes sense. I wouldn't buy the game just because it had big tits on it. Okay, if you're like a streamer who wants to make content and you see a big titty game, you're like, I'm gonna stay away from that. I don't know, it's just kind of fucking weird, you know. Like, so I don't understand. He just has this take. He just has a take. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. He just has he says things that make sense to like his antisocial audience, people who disproportionately have less money than the rest of us. Because that's what it is. These people have no money. Okay. Antisocial people oh my God, I'm fucking stuttering, dude. They tend to struggle in general in society. These are the disaffected men that can't find a job because AI is taking over the jobs that they're actually able to perform, and so is like robotics, because it's usually like very menial labor stuff. So
perfectly fine with hot women in my game. You think I'm not? And I tried to convince so many people that Stellar Blade was a good game with a really good story and great combat. And so many people didn't give it a try because they labeled it as a gooner game. So no, you're not objectively right here.
I feel like a lot of people know about Tomb Raider, and they probably played Tomb Raider because Lara Croft was hot as hell.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair,
Maybe.
But that fits more for
but that makes sense more to the time that she was created. By the way, she might still do really well now. This is the problem. Is the conversation gets, we got to not get locked into Asmongoldfish's perspective here, in the sense that like he's proposing a black and white scenario to us. Okay, there's other things. There's Hispanic people as well, although a lot of Hispanic people are white, like Pedro Pascal. Am I right, guys? Fight me on it, okay? But like realistically speaking, like some games will work really well as a gooner game with big boobs, and some games are not. It depends on the artistic perspective of the creator of the game. So like just because big boobs can work as a platform doesn't mean that big boobs always work as a platform. That's it.
Those games. You may not immediately like lust over Atsu from Ghost of Yotei over like a Lara Croft from Tomb Raider, but when I first saw Atsu, I thought she looked cool as shit. Her design
She looked fine. I didn't care. I was still gonna play the game.
definitely made me intrigued, and I definitely wanted to spend time with her character and learn more. And I didn't even have to see her boobs for that.
Bro, we're about to have like the craziest fucking betrayal in this game. Do you see how many fucking bodyguards I have linked to this stupid motherfucker? We're about to destroy this guy. I just gotta link 2 more.
Hey, I mean this with all sincerity, bro. You cannot be dead ass. Bro,
I'm dead ass. I'll say it right now. I think that if you put in, like, this is a thing for me. Is that if I see an ugly female main character, I assume the game's going to be shit.
So then don't play it. It doesn't have to be for you. If that's if that's the way that you want to operate in life, be my guest. Just operate like that. But this is the thing. I don't even know if I believe him. I don't think Asmongold cares that much. I don't even think that Asmongold gets horny. This is the thing. I don't think Asmongold's a particularly sexual creature or individual that's like, I don't mean creature negatively. I'm a sexual creature. I don't think he's a sexual person that even cares about big boobs in games. I think his audience does, and he wants to appeal to that in some capacity. I think there's a level of audience capture. And before, he had made something that made me feel like he was audience captured, or at least like when he was like, when a creator turns away from its core base. To me, like, I understand like making sure to make your core base happy, I guess, but overly pandering to them is going to like make you be audience captured. And it's like, yeah, of course I make content as well, and people make content for their base, but like I'm going to make stuff that you're not going to like anyway, because I don't want to be too audience captured. Right? So like, or rather I don't care about being audience captured. It's not something I don't care to like pander to my audience necessarily. So I feel like that's part of it, And so he's like, oh, I'm not going to play it on stream because has he played it, or did he just not give it a chance? Did he even play the first one? Did he even play the first game? Did he even play the first game?
Okay, that sounds like a you problem, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. Sounds like you want every woman in a video game to be straight gooner material, and anything less than that is just ugly to you automatically? Only game I can even recently think of that I
What the hell is this game? Okay, so he played it for the first time. He did play it 2 months. Did he just play it 2 months ago? Is this Ghost of Tsushima? Oh, this is Ghost of. Oh, he played it for like a few minutes. Did he play Ghost of Tsushima or just Ghost of Yotei? What the fuck? I googled, did he play Ghost of Tsushima? What the fuck is this?
A lot of people hopped on the train of calling the main character ugly. Were the Horizon games, bro. And despite all the bullshit, the Horizon franchise has been massively successful for PlayStation. And even then, I feel like she just looked normal. Like just an average woman in a primitive world. There's no makeup in the apocalypse, y'all.
Because nobody wants to look at an ugly bitch.
Facts?
No.
Did Asmongold even play Ghost of Tsushima? And maybe this is just what the algorithm's putting into me. But every single thing so I look at Asmongold, Ghost of Tsushima. Everything I see is Ghost of Yotei. Did he even play Ghost of Tsushima? Play Sekiro? What happened if you annoy the guards in Hogwarts Legacy? Did this guy not play fucking... Did this dude not play Ghost of Tsushima? Wait a minute. Sorry. I'm like looking my fucking best here. What the hell is this game? So I tried Rise of Ronin. This is why I hate this game. Dude, I don't think he ever played Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think he ever played Ghost of Tsushima. I think that he just played Ghost of Yotei because people were saying it was too fucking woke. That's like weird behavior, dude. That's like embarrassing behavior. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? This is like actually like weird and concerning. So he didn't play Ghost of Tsushima, so he doesn't even know why people like that game. He doesn't know that like the Ghost of Tsushima for the first 2 hours was fucking boring as shit. Just to be absolutely honest with you. Ghost of Tsushima is one of the greatest games I've ever played. The first 2 hours is boring as shit. And then he played the first 2 hours of Ghost of Yotei, which is, guess what? It's going to be boring as shit because it's the first 2 fucking hours of the game. That's how like a lot of slow build games work. Okay? And like, and he's talking about how like this is fucking insane work. Holy fuck.
Nobody does.
Facts.
Women don't want to look.
What? I guess I should be surprised. Should I be surprised? Should I be surprised that he didn't actually play the first game and he doesn't know what he's comparing it to? How do you do that? He hardly plays games because they don't bring views. It doesn't matter. But that's the point, though. He doesn't play. He only plays the games that'll like. You can't have a perspective on Ghost of Yotei if you never played Ghost of Tsushima. It's illegal. It's illegal to have a take on Ghost of Yotei if you never played Ghost of Tsushima. That's it. It's a federal offense. Okay? It's a federal offense. You're simply not allowed to have a take because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're comparing what to what. You don't understand what made the first one good in the first place. He's just played Ghost of Tsushima he just played Ghost of Yotei as a reaction that would be considered grifting. You don't really know what you're doing. You're like, I don't know if you're lying. You have no actual understanding of the game. This is fucking ridiculous. That's actually insane that he would have a take on Ghost of Yotei when he never played Ghost of Tsushima. You don't know what you're talking about.
Look at that.
Facts.
Men don't want to look at that.
Facts.
Nobody wants to look at that.
You're right.
And whatever the sales numbers for the
when comparing the two, sure, you cannot have a take on Ghost of Yotei without playing Ghost of Tsushima because everything is a comparison here. You think he's played it offline? Why would he play? He streams 12 hours a day. There's no way he played it offline. I don't even believe that.
game were. They would have been higher if she was more attractive.
Not always the case, man, but we'll get more into that one in a minute.
Because here's the logic that I'm using with this. You can go and say that you don't care the way a character looks. And I think that's totally justified, totally valid.
I'm actually not saying I don't care how a character...
There's one TikTok that maybe is something.
Yeah, nothing.
Is this TikTok relevant?
Yeah, nothing says realism like a female samurai in the 1500s or 1600s in Japan.
Yeah, you grease god.
Okay, this is nothing. This is nothing to do with anything. It's not even worthwhile. I don't know what that is. It's somebody criticizing it.
Character looks. Character design is important.
Did I win?
Of course I know that. I'm saying you can critique a design you don't agree with without slapping some political label on it and calling it a day. I'm saying character design variety is good. I'm saying I don't care if Mystique has that butt naked look to her in the game like she does in the movie.
Oh, do you guys see your leaks?
As long as she looks the part and isn't offensive to look at and is in line with the character, then why are we complaining about her being DEI? Okay.
But there are other people out there that do.
Okay.
So whenever there's a decision and you are classifying yourself as a person who doesn't care about the decision,
right?
I think that you do care about the decision.
Oh.
But you want to act like you don't so you can pretend like you're above it. The truth is that if there's a group of people that don't care and a group of people that do care.
So you're saying that they're grifting because they're only pretending so they can appear above it. So you're saying that they're grifting. Didn't you just say grifting was overused?
And want one thing. Logically, what any developer should do is do what the group of people that do care want so they can maintain the people that don't care because categorically, by definition, they don't care, so it's not going to matter to them.
Okay.
And they also get the people that do care and you attract them too. It's just common sense.
You know,
it's not common sense. You don't know what you're talking. You're just saying words. Like, I'm going to make it very simple for you. Asmongold represents socially outcasted people online that want to gravitate towards somebody like Asmongoldfish. Somebody that has like a short attention span, who doesn't really see the depth in any video game, who doesn't have a meaningful relationships with like a person, who doesn't understand what it's like to sit in the common room, which most people have, playing a video game where like your wife could see you playing a big mommy milker samurai game, which might be kind of embarrassing for you. Somebody who's like a little bit more mature, who doesn't necessarily want to see tits all over the place because like not everything needs to be porn. Maybe some people who understand that porn can be very bad and addictive, and we shouldn't be beaming big tits into people's faces at all times, constantly making them horny while they're playing a video game. He doesn't understand that perspective. He's just like, he's somebody that engaged in Arrested Development. Like, he's immature. He's a 30-year-old that like acts like a 17-year-old. That's literally it. I don't know what else to tell you. That's why Asmongold has these takes on everybody. Every game should have big tits in them. He just doesn't understand. He doesn't understand art. He doesn't understand maturity. He just doesn't understand anything. Okay. Do this. Sorry, I took a quick piss, and now we're about to fuck this guy up with 11 followers.
I do care about Asmongold. I care about variety. I don't care if my game has an Eve or an Aloy. As long as the game is good, I'm good. But why do you want a one-size-fits-all type of design for these characters? The people
Wouldn't that just get boring if every game was just like a fucking Gooner gacha game? Like, I don't understand.
making the game have to be involved, man. They're not just slaves making products for us. I think their creative input matters even if you don't. And again, what you're forgetting is some games are legit stories with real identities. And for the immersion to stick, you have to keep your identity. You miss out on so much character variety and different personality if you just make cookie cutter designs for all your characters. I care about judging Mystique on if she looks like Mystique, not calling the whole game woke because her butt's a little flatter than you wanted. It's insane how you can just miss that point again and again and again. It's ridiculous to expect or even want every single game to have a hyper-stylized, hyper-sexualized look to all their characters. And when certain games don't have that style, it's so dumb to jump on the hate campaign and call it woke slop and shit, because that harms actual productive criticism and debates in gaming. That's been my same argument and same point the entire time. No matter how many times you try to spin it around or make it something else than it is or put words in my mouth, that's what it's been. Game is set in the 1600s. I'm a gamer. I don't need my character to look like this shit. Nobody in the 1600s is looking like this, bro. Shit, nobody today is naturally looking like this. And I'm a gamer, bro. I'd much rather have my character look like this. Forget the yitties. Like, if it fits the story.
I think that really it's the choice, right? And I think
it's the choice. Well, that's not a choice though, because if you add Gooner shit in the game, then like you don't have the choice to remove it. You can't just magically remove it from the game. It's not really about choice. Once it's added, it's like you can't do anything about it. It's added, it's added. That's it.
Having the choice is what matters the most. Like, I don't think that you should over-sexualize a character and like mandate it. I think that
well, that's what you're saying though. You're saying that you have to mandate it. Do you want to have options to have boobs? What?
The best option, and this is the thing that I think women want, is that there are
why does he think he knows what women want?
Women that like over-sexualized characters like Bayonetta or Eve or 2B.
Sure.
And there's also other women that like, really kind of realistic characters like Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah.
And I think that giving people the option to choose is the best option.
I don't agree because then you're like stepping away from the like the art of your game. So I don't agree with that.
Okay, pause. First of all, I'm proud of you, Asmongold. That right there is actually valid criticism.
I mean, I guess it's just wrong, but I guess it's valid, I suppose.
We might have gotten somewhere right there. However, I don't fully agree. I do think there's a lot of times where player choice is an improvement no matter what, but not always with creative endeavors like this. The game is a creation. Atsu was an idea in someone's head that they had to make come to life. They have a vision for how they want her portrayed and how they want her story told. That's what you keep forgetting. We spend our money on entertainment. That doesn't mean we get to decide how all of it is produced. If a movie comes out and you watch the trailer and it's not your style, it doesn't look like something for you, you probably won't see it. You'll just save your money, and that's fine. But if you could...
I just want to be clear, this is just like another instance of Asmongold like being fake reasonable. He's never made this point before in the opposite direction. This is just like a new point that he came up with. Like, oh, that sounds reasonable. That sounds reasonable. But he just, it's not an actual point. He doesn't actually care about this point. I genuinely don't think he gives a fuck about this point.
Go to the movies and choose yourself how every scene of the movie played out, then whose story is being told? So you could give us options to wear less clothes in the game. I think that's what you want. And sometimes that's cool and it works. Like, you could get butt-ass naked in Stellar Blade. Cool.
We love getting butt-ass naked.
Still sold less than Yote. Damn. But some stories are told with intent and purpose and meant to be experienced the way they were crafted.
But I do think that in general, like, you would sell more copies if the character was more appealing.
Well, I mean, again, you don't understand what the word appealing means. Appealing doesn't mean that it's always sexual. what's her fucking name? Ghost of Yotei Girl is more appealing to a lot of people that don't want a big gooner tits in their fucking face while they're playing at home with their kids and their wife there.
It's guaranteed.
I mean, dog, but what does more appealing mean to you, though? You just said it's not about having a different body or less clothes, so what is it? What other options are you wanting in the game, then?
If you think that's not true, then why
Dude,
is it
what
that
the
every
fuck?
single gacha game
Right.
has attractive female characters?
It's a gacha game. It's a gacha game. That's a different aesthetic that they're going for in the gacha game. That's it. This is actually enraging. This is why I'm saying that this game is like fucking... Like I'm literally trying to fucking resurrect these people, and it targets whatever it wants.
Here we go. We've already addressed this point. We're not going to repeat too much. Again, I don't think they're really comparable. Gacha games, that's their aesthetic. That's their thing. It's hyper designed. All the characters look hot. It's supposed to be eye candy quick. A game that's supposed to be more realistic and immersive, that art style won't necessarily fit that, and that's okay.
I mean, how many points on the graph do you need to make a line again?
He loves saying that, bro.
It's
I
just
get
so
it.
obvious.
You love saying that.
This is his thing, man. That's Asmongoldfish's favorite line, bro.
That's your favorite term. Porn is free. You feel me? If you're really trying to see all that,
Yeah, that's true. Is it? What is the game? What's the gacha game? It's like the MMO. It says like a bunch of like. There's a bunch of like little girls in it. What is the fucking game? It's like really popular. It's like a popular like gacha game. I forget what it's called. Genshin Impact. How come you don't complain about the little girls in the game? Be like, ew, that's gross. That's like gross to sexualize little kids. We don't get that, but we get like, oh, we want more big tits. If the character's too masculine, it's a problem. But if the character looks like a little girl, it's okay. Like, like save some of your fucking complaints, bro, for something else, dude. How many different people are fucking lollybaiting in the games? Like, he knows this. I've seen him like react to Rev Says Desu and say nothing meaningful at all about the fact that the dude's has like a fucking 11-year-old child as his PFP, despite the fact that he's a grown ass man. That is the biggest red flag I've ever seen in my entire life.
you know, hit the Google one time, or hear me out. Even better, go talk to a woman in real life. I know that's a crazy ass.
Well, I mean, like, this is what's funny to me is like you're gonna go and call these people weird, but then you want them to go fuck with real life women. Wouldn't it be better they sit on a game, think that they're in a relationship with some fucking random anime girl?
No, I think it would be better if they were not doing that. It'd be better if they were actually talking to real people in the real world that they had a sense of they could get a sense of connection with. I think that would be much better if they could get an actual connection with like actual people in the real world. 1000%. So no, I don't think that that's true. Like they're just not getting a sense of connection. Like, yeah, it's problematic. It's a problem.
Wouldn't that be better for real women if these people are so...
What? Despite how
I love this. Wouldn't it be? This is like such debate bro shit. All people in his audience are like, fuck, we're really struggling to get girls. And he's like, isn't it better that they're struggling to get girls? Like, what the fuck? He just said stuff. The fucking Asmongoldfish strikes again, dude. What the fuck?
fucking insane that sounded, I actually kind of get what you mean. But that wasn't the dunk you think it was, bro. That was dumb as hell. If you're obsessed and...
No, because what he's actually saying here without like realizing it is he's like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have, like, don't you want like my incel audience to not harass women? Like, it's like, oh, what? That's not how I would hope that they would interact with the world, but if that's how you want to interpret it, sure.
And needing every game that comes out to have the women designs be over-sexualized, and if it's not, it's considered woke. I think you could benefit from stepping outside, meeting a couple real people, having some conversations with real women,
True.
touching grass. I mean, yeah, I think that's beneficial.
So, like, I'm not
Touching grass and eating ass, baby.
sure why he's trying to put this on real women.
Oh, shut the hell up, man. But these people don't want to get better. Just look at the chat that I see right now. Women in real life? Hell no. He's probably joking. Probably not.
So, I mean, I feel like you're doing, really, these gacha games are doing a public service, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're stopping guys from assaulting women or something. Like, what are you talking about? They're not doing a service. That's one of the biggest problems, bro. This is what blows my fucking mind. As I guarantee you, Asmongold would say that porn is a problem for people. I think it is. Like, listen, porn is fine to consume in moderation, but too much porn is it's an addiction. It's demotivating. It makes you not want to go out and actually do shit, and you waste time jerking off all day. So playing gacha gooner games that put tits in your face are going to make you horny, and it's going to make you unproductive. But he's like, no, put porn directly into young men's brains. Asmongold right now is telling you that video game creators should actively be putting porn, softcore porn, into the brains of like young men. It's weird. No, if anything, even if it was more profitable, which it obviously isn't, because Ghost of Yotei did better than whatever gooner game he's talking about. You shouldn't be constantly throwing those urges and like psyoping people into wanting to interact with everything being for them in a sexual capacity. It makes no sense.
Actually, they are, and that's part of my point. If you want a game where all the characters are designed like that, Go play a gacha game. Go play the games that exist with that design in them. But don't throw that desire on every game that comes out or it's just not a valid game. This is what gives gamers a bad rap, bro. I look at tweets like this.
Yeah, a bad rap. See, you can talk about bad raps all you want.
Whoa, dude, Asmongold, don't go there. You cannot talk about bad raps with a black guy. Knock that off, dude. You're out of your element. You're out of your element. Okay, stay in the video game sphere. Don't go out of the video game sphere. Okay.
Like opinions. See, this is people like this.
Oh
really
boy.
Care a lot.
Oh no, he about to. Here we go, Asmongold. Let's hear it. You've contradicted yourself 20 times in this video alone. But yes, tell me about people like me. I'm listening.
People like this.
That's true. Asmongold needs his audience to be losers. That's true. Maybe he's pulling a Hassan here, and he's like, "Hey guys, we need to be better socially," because that's what Hassan would do. But we're not going to advocate for Kamala Harris. Hey guys, we need young men to be able to get relationships, dates, make more Gooner games so that they are addicted to porn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be the duality. That would be what it is. The only difference between Asmongold and Hassan is just that, like, Asmongold is a goldfish. He has Asmongoldfish, and he, like, forgets 15 seconds before. So, like, criticism that hits him, he forgets it in, like, 3 seconds.
Really care a lot about how they're perceived. They care a lot about how other people think about them and how other people view them.
I don't know. Who cares?
The truth is that the way that people view you isn't really relevant. It doesn't really matter.
It does actually matter a bit, but okay.
So, like, if you want to go around and be like, oh, well, people think this is bad, and, like, this is what other people's opinions are, why does that have anything to do? Like, you're using an argument that, like, other people think this is bad, so it's bad.
What makes you come to that?
I don't think he's saying that it's bad. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, dude. What?
That conclusion. Me saying this type of stuff gives gamers a bad rep doesn't make me some white knight. You know what I mean? I do.
No. Wanting everything to... It doesn't give gamers a bad rap to want Gooner games. It gives gamers a bad rap to melt down when a game isn't a Gooner game. These are two different things.
You think shit like this can turn new people off from gaming, though. Or rather, turn some people off from engaging in certain parts of gaming. And bro, you're reaching so hard to sound smarter than you actually are. It's not working, fam. All I've been saying since my first vid is this. Grifters are ruining gaming discourse by manufacturing outrage for money. That's just my opinion as someone...
I like this guy, by the way. He seems... he's an interesting guy. You know, usually when we do videos like this, it's like somebody who's like woke versus anti-woke, you know? So I can appreciate this guy. He seems to be like a normal dude.
Who games every day and is on the internet every day. And starting whole ass hate campaigns on a game because you don't agree with a design choice? It's dumb and it's not productive to gaming. And it's so ironic because I could say the exact same thing about you. You yourself said there's nothing wrong with Mystique's design in Wolverine PS5. Then immediately jumped to, well, why can't we have hot girls in games? Even though you know that's not what I was saying. Just so you could appeal to your fanboys. Then followed that up by jumping even further to, well, why are they intentionally making these characters ugly? You must have gotten a full stretch with all that reaching you're doing, fam.
Like, it's like basically an approval perception argument.
Come on,
it's
bro.
Nothing.
Lock in.
And also, by the way, it's disproven every single time in every single game.
Really? What are you even saying is being disproven? What do you even think my argument is at this point, Asmongold? You've completely...
He's got the list, not the Epstein list. We wish we had that available. He's got the list. It's the list of talking points. That's pretty much what Asmongold is doing. He's talking. It's so interesting though, because this is what like debate bros do. They have a list of talking points and stuff that they want to get out and talk about. And a lot of times it's just info dump or it's a clip farm. I'm having a trouble with Asmongold because I don't know that Asmongold is trying to info dump or specifically, I don't know that he's trying to clip farm. I unironically just think that he is Asmongoldfish. I think that he struggles. Not even struggles. He just like interprets things the easy way. I think he just has an easy interpretation. Like again, the first thing that we talked in the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the of this video, the guy's like, "Oh, are you when you see a girl main character, aren't you triggered?" And Asmongold's like, "Yeah, because they gender swapped it." It's like, well, that wasn't even the conversation. Like, I don't even think that he doesn't even engage with what's actually happening. And I kind of makes me wonder, like, how much of a unique opinion has Asmongold had, or are these all just Twitter opinions that have been, like, you know, exhausted 1,000 different times? I genuinely wonder that.
You lost the plot and started making up your own shit along this journey. You're saying I'm basically upset at nothing, which is funny because I'm just tired of you guys getting upset over nothing and burning all meaningful gaming conversations to the ground in the process. I just feel disappointment, bro. Like, this tweet really just describes everything in a nutshell, bro. Because, like, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? And the real irony of this tweet, it came out October 8th. The caption
That's the day after Kaya got shocked.
Reads, if Ghost of Yotei made Atsu look like
October 7th, am I right?
the game would have sold 1 million copies by now. The game came out October 2nd and sold 1 million copies the first day, which means...
No, it didn't. That was from a third-party website, and there's no definitive proof of that at all.
Oh,
PlayStation,
he seems sure of that.
Or Sucker Punch Games, which are the developer, published anything about the game having a bunch of sales.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, this is a third-party resource that has derived the sales numbers, but they don't actually know that.
So you're sure we don't have...
So has it been confirmed? Hasn't it been months or a month since it came out?
No, I think it probably did sell over 1 million copies. Did it?
Oh, so then what's the point of you saying this other than to cast doubt and appear reasonable when doing it?
Sell over 1 million copies on the first day? I don't think so. Probably not. Maybe.
Why? Like, wouldn't pre-orders count as first day sales?
But, like, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima was very...
Oh, well, first he was saying that he's completely sure that it didn't sell 1 million first day. Now he's saying he's not sure.
So maybe it did. I don't know. But, like, I do know that he doesn't know. And I know that I don't really know either.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that. I can appreciate the slight backpedal in acknowledging you don't know either. In the name of accountability, I'll be honest. You are right that at the time of making that first vid, PlayStation themselves had not confirmed 1 million sales on the first day. I thought it was confirmed by PlayStation at the time, but it was a third party, and that was my mistake. Many claims and reports still say it did 1 million the first day, but there's no confirmation from PlayStation. However, something else did get confirmed by PlayStation. Ghost of Yotei sold 3.3 million copies in the first month. With numbers like that, I'm willing to bet it sold 1 million or more by the time this dumbass tweeted this tweet. And by the way, that's 3.3 million copies sold with Atsu looking the way she does.
You're going to go and not sure about that? Well, I mean, I'm sure that I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
And I'm sure also that he's not sure.
Okay.
I don't know why he'd say it. It sold 3.3 million copies.
By the
Steam
time
DB?
this
dumbass
tweeted this tweet, the game...
And you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess have they not gotten the source out of it of how many it sold in the first day? Okay. I don't know.
You saying?
Is it could have been...
What version of the game am I playing? I don't know. Whatever fucking version I bought. I don't have any DLCs or anything, but...
3.4 if she looked more attractive.
Sex sells, but it has to make sense in the environment. Again, Stellar Blade versus Yotei being a prime example.
The argument that I'm making, I'm not making an argument that you can't sell a game with an unattractive character, but I'm saying that you'll sell more games with an attractive one.
Okay.
That's the difference.
This is like the third argument you've changed to, bro. Which one is it? Again, Stellar Blade versus...
I don't know. What is it 10 seconds later? We're gonna promote this guy. We're gonna promote this guy because I like his mace.
Yotei being a prime example. The only leg up I can give Yotei is that it's a sequel. It was carrying the Ghost name franchise, so it has a leg up there. But if he's saying attractive character trumps all, that's not the case. It already sold well over.
That's a weak argument. What? Nope.
What? Is that a weak argument? What the hell?
Wow! McQueen is fading. Even your own...
So did he mean to even read that criticism of him, dude? Is he going to go on about it, or is he just like accidentally... Dude, I've been playing for 37 hours this fucking game. 37 fucking hours, and I'm like 20% of the story. Holy shit, dude, I'm so bad at it. I've died so many times. I'm fucking cringe.
Comment section is challenging you. I would have never thought. Even they're starting to call you out on your bullshit, gang. Even they're like, I don't know, Asmongold. To me, that speaks volumes. They don't care about these games at all. They just want to piss.
I'd be willing to bet that he accidentally read that out loud. He's done that before. Sometimes he'll accidentally read out somebody's like criticism of him.
You off and then run up money off you talking.
Like I remember watching a video. It was the criticism of Kyle Kalinske out of Asmongold, and Asmongold accidentally read a comment that disagreed with him, and then he just pretended he never read it. That's all he did. So
shit underneath their tweet about the game. It makes no sense, bro. Y'all cannot be falling for this, bro, and y'all cannot genuinely convince these people to make you care about dumb shit like this. It doesn't matter. Like, bro, now they're coming after The Witcher 4, the Witcher series being one of the most.
I thought that was silly too, honestly.
Hey!
So if you think it's silly, then like, why don't you understand his perspective more? This is. I think that this is the key point in how like Asmongold plays this like bullshit both sides game. Like, it's not just about if you have opinions that align with both sides. It's about how much emphasis you put on those opinions. Okay? Asmongold will look at something like The Witcher 4 and go like, yeah, it seems kind of stupid that people are complaining that it's a girl because it kind of makes sense to have a change of a character. And then he'll also complain about Ghost of Yotei sucking, even though he never played the Ghost of Tsushima because there's a girl now. But it's like he only gives pure charity and he only constantly talks about the issues of like people being anti-woke. Or excuse me, he only talks about like the anti-woke perspective. He goes on and on and on and on and on about the anti-woke perspective, but he doesn't really seem to give a fuck He doesn't give a fuck about like the regular person, or I guess you'd say in this case the woke perspective. He doesn't give any real airtime to that. Like it might be in a video where he's like, yeah, you know what, I get what you're saying. But that's never like a mainstay in a video. He doesn't make a video that's like, oh man, people are saying this game is woke, but it's actually not. Right? It's not just about your perspectives. You could be 50-50 aligned on left and right, but if all you do is bitch and like fucking jerk off your right, like the right perspective, the right leaning perspective, then like obviously, you know, you're hiding your power level. We'll say you're Hassan Parkering at that point. You know.
Hey, look at that. We agreed upon something else. My dog. Franchises ever. What are they mad at this time? Go ahead.
Tsushima sold 2.4 in 3 days. Maybe, I don't know. But like my opinion on it is very simple. I think that in general, if you change that, and like also, would it have sold more copies if it had a male protagonist or a more
who cares?
Female protagonist, or the people that were running the company or working at the company didn't say weird stuff about Charlie Kirk? I think undeniably it's true.
Why would it matter? Sorry, I just want to be clear. Okay, so earlier in the video, Asmongold said that you make more money when you pander to left-leaning shit. He said something along those lines. He was, because when this guy was calling like basically him or the people that he associates with the grifter, he's like, no, you make more money. It's actually more grifting to the left in some capacity because you make more money pandering to left. Okay, well that would mean that like making shit that panders to the left would make more money. So that kind of dissuades your argument, kind of, you know, goes against the counters your original argument that it would make more money if it had bigger tits, for one. But for number two, if you actually believe it would make more money, you still think it's a bad thing that they do it, and you realize it's not just about the money necessarily. So why would it matter if it did make more money? Like, none of this makes sense. Like, nothing he says makes any fucking sense. He's just talking. He's just talking from one sentence to the next.
Like,
okay.
I don't see how you can see, you can look at the controversies that these companies have, and the amount of people that are unhappy about the way that they're making a game, and then say that these things are actually positives for the game. Now, while they might not be like an inhibitor from the game being successful at all, and I think that there are games that can be successful despite that, I think that in every single case they are working against the success of the game.
Interesting. Grass is green ass statement. Who is saying controversy is good for a game? Where did you get that? You were just saying an attractive character will sell more games than an ugly one. Which
I don't know how to interact with what he's saying because it's incredibly dumb. And it's like, because what Asmongold is saying here is everything should be made one way. That's the natural conclusion of what he's saying. The natural conclusion for what Asmongold is saying here is, hey, everything should be made in a single way. All games with girls should have big tits. And they should all be men because that will sell more. Oh. Okay. So everything's the same. But then like now if everything's the same, now it's boring. People want something different, right? It just, what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Like you don't really know what you're you don't really know if what you're saying is true. And it's also sounds super fucking boring the way you're talking about these things. It's like, oh, okay, got it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they should just make everything the same true, yeah, right?
Statement. Who is saying controversy is good for a game? Where did you get that? You were just saying an
it might be good for a game.
attractive character will sell more games than an ugly one, which at face value, you're not wrong about. I just think it goes deeper than that. Now you're saying I think certain controversies and things like that are good for these games? What are you smoking, dog? What are we really talking about here, man? A couple of extra few thousand sales when the game's already considered a massive success by PlayStation? It's about making money, yes, but also delivering a creative experience that makes us want to spend the money on it. Could it have sold a few more copies with a male lead? Maybe. But how many games like that do we have? Variety is cool, man.
Yeah, we literally have Ghost of Tsushima 1.
If every decision we made when making a game was the safest, most profitable option, how much variety would we have? We wouldn't have shit! They did Tsushima justice with Ghost of Yotei. It's a worthy sequel. PlayStation seems fine. They're getting money. Hogwarts Legacy could have sold more if it didn't have a controversy. It was still massively successful.
Hogwarts Legacy did have a controversy. So, the Hogwarts Legacy had the controversy. Everybody was calling it like bad because J.K. Rowling is transphobic. So like that was the controversy. And like I said before I bought it, like I think that she is transphobic, but I was like, dude, you know how many gay people love fucking Harry Potter? Harry Potter has been co-opted by fucking gay people. By the way, base, you know. But okay.
and it's getting a sequel. Yeah, I do think design variety is a good thing in gaming. I'm saying Mystique not having a Kim Kardashian ass doesn't make the game worse, and it's not something worth boycotting the game over. That's batshit crazy, bro. Like, come on now. Y'all take a quick
Yote
guess.
said Tsushima? I know, that's what I was saying.
You ready? DEI makes everything worse, and it's just 2 pictures of the main character. At first, I just thought they were mad that this game has a female lead. But no. Right. They're just mad that she's not hot enough for them. Again, crazy take. I know y'all don't talk to women in real life. Come on, man. She's ugly to y'all? And
I never thought she was either, honestly.
Okay, so then why don't you give any meaningful charity to this position outside of some? Like the only time that he'll bring this up is if you disagree with it. If you disagree, you know what I mean? Or if you like bring the points up yourself. Sorry. He's not making a game about how much he thinks that people are crying about it. It's just an point. He's like, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. But that's it. He's not making a whole video about it. He's not doing anything about that. He's only giving charity to like the fucking to the anti-woke crowd.
my boy! Is that the 3rd time in one video that me and Asmongold have agreed? Hey man, maybe you're not so bad. We could probably be homies.
I never thought she was either, honestly.
Again, I have to stress this. Even if she is ugly to y'all, who gives a damn? This is not Concord, right? Concord was another story. Concord was a hero shooter, right? A hero shooter. Facts. Every character has a unique design, unique abilities. They have to incentivize you to
Bro, they look polyamorous. What the fuck is going on here?
play said characters. Facts. No one's going to spend money playing a hero shooter where none of the heroes look good at all. But
well, then why would they want to play a hero shooter or hero game where the hero doesn't look good, period?
Well, damn, man, if you let me finish my sentence, maybe you would have heard the rest of my point.
Like, I don't really see the logic there. Is it like, so you're going to use the logic that a
What? Gotcha, okay.
game where the hero doesn't look good, period?
Well, I guess, but like looking good doesn't mean you have to jerk off to it, but okay.
Well, damn, man, if you let me finish my sentence, maybe you would have heard the rest of my point.
Like, I don't really see the logic
True, but I do the same thing, so.
there. Is it like,
Pausing too early?
so you're going to use the logic that a hero shooter is going to have a unique perspective where people don't want to play ugly characters, but they would want to play an ugly character if it's a single player game? Doesn't even make sense.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Why does every hero shooter have super loud, flashy designs, kind of like gacha games do? Because everyone has a set look, and that's all you have to go off of. You have to win people over with that design, because that's the first thing that's probably going to make them choose to play that character. Every hero shooter has flashy designs to make the characters look cool and feel unique. I'm saying Concord failed at this miserably. But as long as the main character in a story mode game isn't butt ugly, they don't have to have a super flashy design, because you're spending time getting to know that.
Sure, especially as long as they like fit the aesthetic. I think that they're, you know, well, actually, you want to know what? And this may make a little bit of sense for Asmongold to have this take, in the sense that if you've ever played World of Warcraft before, this is going to be a little weird, but if you've ever played World of Warcraft before, hey baby love, you'll understand that like every character in World of Warcraft or everything in World of Warcraft, specifically the weapons and armor, are just like so over the fucking top. Like that's the whole point of the game, which is fun. I think it's cool. And I think that playing that game from being young, like it makes you want to have a huge fucking insane weapon. Like I could probably Google like epic, you know, or epic World of Warcraft weapons. They're over the top. And so maybe Asmongold, or you know, is completely fucking psyoped. Like here we go. Like all of them. Look at this. This is over the top as fuck. These are all so over. I mean, it'd be great if I can get a picture of that. Actually, you could see these are all over the top as fuck. These are huge, bulky, blocky, you know, intense. Like they're all very powerful, unique. They're impractical, but they look cool, and that's the aesthetic of that game. And I feel like if like what you do is you play World of Warcraft all day, and that's like, or you did through your whole developmental cycle, like maybe you would only have an appreciation for like very over the top things, fundamentally speaking. Whereas like other people don't necessarily want super flashy, over the top, big fucking tits and everything like that. So I don't know, maybe there's something like that has to do with that, maybe.
That character, you're also getting the world, the narrative, all these other things that you don't get in a multiplayer game like Concord. So even more of a reason why Concord can't afford to fuck up their designs, because there's nothing else to fall back on other than design and gameplay. So what I'm really saying is I get your point about attractiveness selling games, and I'm saying I don't think it's a one-size-fits-all thing. I think it applies more harshly depending on the game you're playing, because why are we nitpicking already established designs that honor the main source material and writing off whole games before they come out because of that. Story mode game, something that follows a narrative with a lead character that's been with the franchise for what, over 20 years now? Like, what are we even talking? Even further, the more specific point I was trying to make was, people saw Ciri and started calling The Witcher 4 woke, DEI, because now she's the Witcher. And that's the same stuff they said about Concord. Even though the two situations are completely different, it's the same tired labels being thrown at both. Most story games' main characters that you guys call ugly just aren't hypersexually designed. They just look more realistic.
Yeah, because they got Gooner brains. That's literally it.
They're calling The Witcher 4 woke, even though the new lead character is a character that's been with the franchise for how long? If you're calling that woke and DEI shit, you truly don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Somebody said that in the book, Gerald from The Witcher's depicted as ugly, but he's like attractive. Was it a book first, The Witcher? Interesting.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's stupid criticism. And when I tell you guys, I could go on all day finding stupid ass examples of shit like this.
Damn, we gotta get more shit. That's fucked up.
Dumbass said 13 million copies sold versus 1.3 million sold. Like I said, Ghost of Yotei is a flop. You even got the community note on, bro.
Sold 13 million. That's a lot.
It's great. You even got the community.
Ghost of Tsushima did reach 13 million copies sold after more than 4 years on the market. The announcement was done by Sony and Sucker Punch in the New York Times article. Interesting. Was that before they made it like a game that's like featured on, or like put in the whatever it's called, the PlayStation? It's Ghost of Tsushima, I think, is like free now. If you have, well, not free, but it's part of the Game Pass, I suppose you say.
Note on, bro.
Sold 13 million. That's a lot.
It's great. Ghost of Tsushima came out 5 years ago, gang. 5. If you think Ghost of Tsushima sold 13 million copies in its first day, let alone its first week, right? Let alone its first month, right? Let alone its first year, right? You're smoking dick. I believe
I don't know whether Ghost of Yotei will or not. I mean, honestly, like, I played the game. I thought it was all
irrelevant.
Yeah, but did you play the first one? Did he even play the first one? Like, I don't understand.
Shut the fuck up, Asmongold. I bring up another example of someone baiting for money, and he won't even acknowledge it. Bro got community noted. That's all I have to say.
Right? It wasn't, like, really great. In my opinion, I thought Rise of the Ronin and fucking Where Winds Meet was, like, way fucking better than those games. So, yeah.
Oh my god. Actual game criticism. I love that, Asmongold, and I would love to hear why you like those games more than Ghost of Yotei. I'm not being sarcastic. This is some of the first real criticism I've heard from you, bro. I would love for you to keep that energy going. First year sales numbers of Ghost of Tsushima was around 6.5 million copies sold.
That's a lot of sales.
How can you compare the That is a lot of sales, but Yotei is halfway there after 1 month of release. 1 month. Whoa. That was 6.5 million for Ghost of Tsushima in a year. 1 month down, and Yotei's halfway there, and they're still trying to downplay this shit, bro. It's crazy. Sales numbers to a game that's been out for 5 years to a game that hasn't even been out for a full month. But this is my point. These people aren't this fucking dumb. They might be, but I just can't believe that they might be. But what they do know is that there's somebody dumb enough out there to agree with them and believe this shit there.
Well, there's a...
yeah, there's people on Twitter who want to complain about everything. That's what it is. I think that Twitter is like this interesting space where it gives people the ability to complain about life and feel like a victim. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a young man and like you're struggling in life and everything is tough for you, instead of being like, fuck, man, you know, I wish I could get a job, you're just like, fuck, man, I wish games weren't so fucking woke. You can just complain about dumbass shit that doesn't fucking matter. It can make you feel better about yourself because it makes you feel smart.
Enough people that are dumb enough that that's the reason why they're changing the games. That's the reason why he was complaining.
Here we go back.
Changing the games. Wow. Incredible.
They're changing the games. The woke mind virus is coming for all of our games.
Give me a break, Asmongold.
So there are a lot of people that feel this way, and they don't like this type of stuff.
Okay, so then don't play the fucking game. That's because they're a bunch of babies. I think everything should be made for them. I don't care about people like that. They're losers, dude. What the fuck?
It doesn't really matter like whether you think that it's good or not. If there's a lot of people out there that feel that way, then it's real.
Okay, so like here's the thing. This is the problem. A bunch of people bought Ghost of Yotei. It means that a bunch of people think that the way that this is such a dumb baby fucking argument. His argument is like, hey guys, Ghost of Yotei, I know it sold 3.5 million copies in like a month or whatever, but there's a lot of people who think that it's bad. So like you're gonna like that means that they're valid. Oh, okay. So like does the fact that the game sold 3.5 million copies in like a month, does that make you have the same argument for the people who bought it? Like, oh, we think that this is good. Like, we like it this way better. No, of course not. Of course not. Like, his whole argument is some people disliked it, and that's valid.
Why is their opinion any more valid than the people who fucking like Ghost of Yotei? It doesn't make any sense. What's the insinuation here? What the fuck?
It's just that simple. Like,
what an awful
Just that simple. My opinion matters more than other people's opinions, guys.
argument. If I say dating a minor is bad, and there's a group of people that say, no, that's okay, we should allow that. I don't care how many fucking people join that movement, they're wrong. And it's funny because you wouldn't even live by your own logic. If a bunch of people got together and said, male lead characters are ruining video games, every game from now on needs a female lead character, and that movement got 10 million signatures, how seriously would you take it, Asmongold? How accepting of that real opinion would you feel, Asmongold?
I don't know. Like, it's not really complicated.
Yep, life is easy when nothing is complicated to you. Good, cool. Glad that we established that. This idea. Yeah, life is really easy and simple when you decide not to engage with anything intellectually. You know, it's just that fucking simple, dude. You know, if people that I make money from complain about something, it's valid as fuck. But if I don't make money from you because you don't watch my content, then like that perspective is not valid. Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Glad we had this chat. Thanks, Asmongold.
Saying not only that, but they also know there's people that know the truth. People that know they're bullshitting that are gonna go underneath their post and call them out. And guess what? Both groups of people give them money.
I really think that this is probably overstated, especially for like a big creator. Like the amount of money, like Andy Pants probably makes a good amount of money through YouTube as well. He gets sponsors, like his views get like
Andy Pants gets sponsored. Oh, he gets sponsors from like weird VPNs so that his audience can look at fucking weird shit on the internet.
Your videos get like 100K views, etc. Like the reality is that the
Andy Pants, by the way, used to hate Asmongold until he realized he makes more money grifting for the right.
The amount of money
like, it's just hilarious that he literally references an actual like confirmed grifter who has made content on both directions, and he just this one makes more money for like fucking like anti-woke games, so he just decided to change his perspective. He used to hate Asmongold.
That you make from like a rage bait tweet on Twitter, and like you can just do one yourself, and like maybe this guy would know because maybe he's getting some money off of Twitter. I have no idea. It's really pennies, right? You're making like maybe at most like maybe a couple $100s a month.
Depends on how much engagement you get, but that's why like getting like short form platforms are not just about the money that you get through their monetization monetization like pathways. It's also how much money that you can get through like plugging something else. Like I guarantee you that they have some kind of service that they're trying to sell or something like that. Whether that is like ad space or something like that, you know, you'll see them fucking signal boost like OnlyFans girls and shit too sometimes. I mean, it just depends on what the fuck they're doing. So you can monetize in multiple different ways.
The majority of people that do that aren't making any real money. Like you have
so they're making money.
Didn't he just say before that he would also like censor more or restrict more like the people who get to make money off of these posts? So why all of a sudden is he changing his perspective? Before he's like, yeah, they should kind of like vet people who make money on Twitter more at the beginning of the video. Now he has a completely different perspective, and he's like, well, they don't really make any money anyway, so we don't really have like, what the fuck are you talking about? He changes his perspective like every fucking millisecond. This guy is insane. Like stay consistent with a fucking point. Holy shit. And he's not stupid. He knows that it's not just about raw dollars that you make from whatever monetization thing that they add. There's also has to do with like the way that you monetize it outside of that. You know, if you're a fucking asshole that rage baits on Twitter all day, but you have a Patreon and people are willing to spend money on that, even if you only make like $1,000 a month on Twitter, but like people will give you like 5,000 on Patreon, then oh, look at that, your rage baiting on Twitter is actually making you money.
Enough money that it's a consistent avenue for them to keep doing this. And you gotta think, what is not a lot of money to a millionaire? Didn't you literally agree earlier that people abuse it too much? Twitter's for the fast engagement, the fast account building. It might take you a while to edit a YouTube video. You can pop off an engagement bait tweet in 1 second. Then you take that over to YouTube. There's several well-known grifters that do this.
And maybe you get $1,000.
I mean, I started on TikTok, and then I was able to turn it into like a longer form platform. So like that's just kind of how these things work sometimes.
It's not like it's going to be happening regularly.
Just straight bullshitting, bro. Because why would people spend their time doing it every day if they didn't make any profit from it? Again, you agreed it's a problem. Roll the clip.
They need to have a better approval process because too many people use it badly.
I just hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we got this dude Grums over here talking about games being woke. He's not supporting Ghost of Yotei and games like that. For fuck's sake, man. Like, bro, this dude is a 60-something 60-something-year-old man. Hang up the jersey, Unc.
I see that chuckle.
This dude is a 60-something-year-old man. Hang up the jersey, Unc.
I see that smile,
over.
Asmon. Hey, I see that smile, Asmon. Hold on.
Listen, I do want to say something real quick. I don't like Grums, but that wasn't cool. If you're 60 years old, you can game, man. I hope I'm gaming when I'm 60. But I do hope when I turn 60, I'm not still rage baiting people on X for rent money. You do a
I guess that is what he's doing, huh?
lot of yapping about games you don't
What's
like
wrong
for
with
a
that?
guy that still hasn't put out the game he was supposed to put
What's
out.
wrong with
yes,
that?
this 60-something-year-old man got money out of the people that supported him. He raised money to make a game and never released it. So you're talking about all these games that are woke and DEI and shit, dog. At least they came out. Seems to me you need to be spending
I don't know the history of Grumps, but that's true. That's funny. It sounds like a pirate software.
a little bit less time on Twitter and a little bit more time getting to work with your bitch ass.
He does need to make that game. Honestly, I gotta agree with this. Right?
Yep.
Should make the game.
Yo,
What fucking game is he talking about? Did he promise to make a super anti-woke, amazing, poopy game?
Tay might be woke.
I gotta say, this is one of the funniest parts of the whole vid.
Obviously, there's some contention. You know what I mean? There's a little bit of debate. There's a little bit of back and forth here. His chat, not a big fan of me, and that's understandable. But I do think what's hilarious, the one thing we all agreed upon for the first time in this whole video, all of us being me, him, and his chat, is that Grums. Where the fuck is that game at? Even Asmongold is like, for real, where's that game
Was it supposed to be a Gooner game?
at? It might have a woman protagonist. At least it didn't fucking scam me. If a game is ass, I will be the first one to tell you. But criticize the game off real criticism points. Why are we immediately acting like a game is dead on arrival because it has a woman main character? Dogs.
Well, because sometimes they are. That's the reason.
Yeah, sometimes they're dead on arrival. They have a male main character. Why is it when the game has a woman protagonist? It's because of the woman. But when it's like if it does poorly, it's because of the woman. You know what I mean? Like, why is it? How come? But when it's a guy, it's not because of the guy. Like, it's very interesting the way that you have to interpret like the fucking world around you.
Reason why, and I think that a lot of the games that do that. I mean, again, Ghost of Yotai, I think succeeded for a number of reasons. Right? Number one, I think the game was relatively good. On top of that,
I will say 5 seconds ago, it's a little weird. You just said the game wasn't your favorite. It was all right. Now you're saying it's, more than average. It's pretty good. So, keep it consistent, my dog. You feel me?
came out after Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
And Ghost of Tsushima was very, very well received.
Right.
It also had a
Yeah, but did you play it? No, he didn't play it. Just to be clear, he did not play Ghost of Tsushima. He absolutely did not play Ghost of Tsushima. He just like talks about it like he played it. Like he's a fucking. It's like a demon. It's like a little baby. It's not going to tell you, oh, I didn't play it. Like, what the fuck?
tremendous amount of marketing.
No doubt.
And overall, like, it's not like the problems with the game that people had, like, oh, wow, it's woke or whatever.
Yeah.
They weren't really manifested in the game in a big way. Like,
Imagine that.
the issue that, like, people had, oh, the development team, the lead actress said that she liked Antifa or something like that. That's not manifested inside of the game.
Imagine.
So are you saying that that the politics aren't represented of like the individual, so people didn't care as much? Okay.
Imagine that. People can hold beliefs, political beliefs even, that don't align with yours, and still make a product that you think is good, without being riddled by a bunch of propaganda like you assume it's going to be.
I don't think that doing that is a net positive. And I think that's really what needs to be discussed more, is that just because something succeeds despite having these disadvantages doesn't mean that they aren't disadvantages.
Well, wouldn't it make it better because it succeeded despite these supposed disadvantages? I don't understand. Okay. I just want to be very clear here when we're talking. I understand that Asmongold sounds very confident in what he's saying. When did he become a fucking marketing agent that understands marketing trends? His entire strategy is like put boobs on everything and it'll make you more money. Like, that's the lowest IQ fucking strategy I've ever heard in my entire life. But that's his whole take. His whole take is add boobs. Like, boobs are great. I love boobs. That's great stuff. But, like, what a boring fucking take, dude. He just had, like, he's just a take machine. But he doesn't actually have, like, a strong take. He just has a take. He just decides to have a take. It's like, oh, okay, great take, man, thanks.
And that's the point that I make with a lot of these games, is that sometimes these games can do relatively well, and I think that probably Ghost of
He's just so wrong about the world. It's just so weird, man. It's just so straight. He's just so weird. It's like not even worth. Like, he's so boring. Oh yeah, I talk about all the time. Like, there's like all these great games, but they're not really great because they don't have big boobs in them and all the. Okay, I don't even know. Like, how do you talk about that? Like, what fucking idiot? It's just an idiot take.
I don't know how to like. Why are we like? It's so boring. Like, what a boring take. Okay, yeah, great talk. Thanks for the talk, man. Appreciate that, boss. Okay.
Yotei probably made them money because they sold it. I think it took them like $60 million to make the game.
Right.
Okay.
But in a general
Wouldn't it make more money if they had to add fucking titty jiggle physics?
sense, I don't think that a lot of these games make money at all.
Okay, relative is
What does that mean? Like, what?
crazy, bro. There's no way. You're still trying to downplay the success of Ghost of Yotei. Because you said a bunch of stuff about the game before it was even out. You played it and realized, oh shit, it's actually pretty good. It didn't maybe make PlayStation money, bro. It's a smash hit, massive success. And that's not me glazing PlayStation or Sony or Ghost of Yotei. It's just numbers. And it's so crazy how you'll commend Ghost of Tsushima for having great sales numbers while say that Ghost of...
When he didn't even actually play it. That's my biggest thing. The guy didn't even fucking play Ghost of Tsushima. Like, so
Yotei only has decent sales numbers because of how much it cost.
like if you played Ghost of Tsushima, you'd understand that like there were aspects of the game that like Yotei did better. I think the gameplay wise they did it a little bit better. I think it was like cleaner. It was like the comparison of God of War 1 to God of War 2. Like it was just cleaner. I remember like you'd fall off your horse if you moved like 2.5 milliseconds. Like if you fell down a small ledge, you would like your horse would explode and you would go flying. The combat was a little bit more polished. There was a little bit more availability. The weapons were a little bit more unique. And it was different. I think it polished it up. I think it was good. I liked it. I think I liked the gameplay more. Even if I liked the story from the first one better,
to make the game, Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei both cost the same to make. They both cost 60 million, bro. So why are you applying different logic to both of them? Yotei is also on pace to sell the same or more than Ghost of Tsushima. How can you ignore those facts?
That's why they're firing and closing studios for them being bad. And so that's it. A grain of...
but that they closed the Ghost of Tsushima studio, the Ghost of Yotei studio? Oh, they didn't? Okay. That's cool. Great. So this is just like a thing. You're just saying words. Okay. Cool.
A grain of shit in your rice is...
That sounds like a good idea, my love. My wife's in the chat.
Still shit in your rice? Exactly.
I don't know. You're only telling part of the story. Making a game costs way more now than it did before. The biggest games are like movies at this point. Sometimes things go wrong in development. AI is developing so fast, more and more studios are...
Yeah, but I guarantee you that there are studios that make traditional games that also fail. So, like, when it comes to them failing, it's... What is the reason? Is it because people just didn't like woke this time? I didn't like, anti-woke this time or something? Like, what is it? Like, what's the difference this time? I don't understand. What's their excuse?
Are using it to cut down on costs and lay people off. Some studios make a successful game and still get shut down. I'm not saying every game studio deserves to stay open, especially if they make a shitty game or something like that, but you're acting like what you're saying is the case 100% of the time, and it's not.
If you're willfully engaging in things that are unpopular, problematic, or disliked by the majority of players, that...
What if it did well? Then that's not what you're saying isn't true.
Will negatively affect your product. Now, everything is creative choice. I'm not saying that they can't do that, but with something like adding a character or making something like less attractive or something like that, or not appealing to people in one way or another, ultimately the player gets to decide whether that's valid or relevant at all.
Yeah,
and they did decide that, and they decided it was valid and relevant by playing the game. So I don't know what he's talking. He's just saying words. He's just saying things. He doesn't know what the fuck he's saying. He's just talking. He's just talking.
Yeah. I actually pretty much agree with you here. So why is it so hard?
Yeah, but Asmongold doesn't even agree with himself. He's sounding, I sound so reasonable right now, but does he really sound reasonable? What he just said is, hey, there's some people who don't... He's just said, like, hey, if people like or don't like something, they'll express themselves in the numbers. That's effectively what he just said. It's like, oh, yeah, they did. They expressed themselves in the numbers, and the numbers say that the game did well. He just, like, this take doesn't apply to what... It doesn't apply to what he's saying. Like, what?
For you to give a game like Ghost of Yotei that same respect. It had the exact same budget as Tsushima. You wanted to hate this game. I don't know why, but despite...
Because he makes money off of hating the game. Yeah, his audience captured.
That people voted with their wallets. The players made it a successful game. But you're saying the game would be objectively better if the main character was more attractive to you. Brother, That's crazy. But even still, what I'll say is, Yote and Hogwarts, massive controversies, massive successes. I'm saying what you're saying. Let people vote with their wallet. Leave it to the players who are actually trying and playing the games. If you care about gaming so much, criticize things that make gaming better and improve. I can smell you.
Oh.
My fault, bro.
What the fuck was that?
People don't care about you. They don't care about video games. They care about money. And all they want to do is make you mad so they can make money off your reaction. If you find yourself...
Of course.
If anything, Asmongold reacting to this just makes him look like this guy is 100% correct. What the fuck? Asmongold made himself look so bad. And Asmongold's audience isn't going to see that, but I think that if anybody watches this guy's video, or Asmongold reacts to this guy's video, they would realize that, like, holy shit, like, Asmongold looks insanely ridiculous. 1000%. I'm fucking 1000%. It's ridiculous.
We're not doing that with this video. It's completely different.
But what outrage am I manufacturing here? What have I said that I don't believe or that isn't true to gain money? Nothing. You tried, bro. It doesn't apply here. Look inward. Find Jesus. It's in such bad taste, and a lot of it is just lies and bullshit. And also, one thing I want to say to my young men, fellas, just because it's coming from a woman, you feel me, doesn't mean the shit's true. I know. Some of y'all are hearing it come from a woman, and in your brain, you're going,
Oh my gosh, she feels the same way I do. I knew I wasn't sexist. I just hate when bitches are in my game.
No. Oh,
yeah, true.
True. Which part is true, dog? Are you agreeing with me or saying that you don't like when bitches are in your game? I literally can't tell. I'm gonna just ignore that one. I'm not gonna lie. No, man. I just think we're in a really weird time. It seems like nobody wants to be happy.
It's again another. This is another instance of caring a lot about the way other people see you.
This is how we're gonna wrap this up, bro. This is your final argument. All right, I'll let you have the floor.
And I think this is really like people like this. They try to maintain a power dynamic around their approval and the approval of other people.
What the fuck does that mean, bro? What?
Yeah.
But the truth is that I think that power dynamic is waning because overall, I don't think people care as much about it anymore.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why you're seeing so many people speaking out about this, because they don't like it.
Nah, man. I just feel the way I feel. And I know I'm not the only one that does. I talk about games every single day for a living, actually kind of just like you do, Asmongold. And I've seen how people will just abandon all logic, throw whatever word they just learned at a brand new game to try to criticize it. Like, you actually agreed with me on several points in this vid, but then you had to frame it like you didn't and try to move my argument so you could still gain brownie points from your audience. Game comes out with a normal ass looking woman, DEI game, woke slop. Game comes out with a more fan servicey type of art style, Gooner game. This shit is Gooner slop. You know what happened to the hobby I love, bro? I'm just trying to play some good games, bro. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Not every game is perfect. Straight up. Bad games do deserve to be criticized. Trust me. Trust me. But lying and making up false things to be angry about just so you can get paid a little bit of extra money, that shit's loser activity, bro. Straight up. Anyway, that's all I got. Let me know what y'all think. Straight up. More videos on the way. Love y'all. Peace.
What I would say is that
talk to me, Asmongold.
Yeah, like some of the examples were kind of stupid. Like the Witcher 4 one is dumb.
Yep.
But
he doesn't hold any actual weight on that opinion. He's just like, yeah, I want to seem reasonable. That one's dumb, but still, overall, my people are right, even though I have like no real reason to believe that. Oh, wait, I do, because it makes me money. And I'm audience captured.
General sense, yeah, I'm not really about that. And also, it's the same thing I've said many, many times over and over and over again.
Yeah.
If you go and you put out a game and the characters are not appealing, you're fighting an uphill battle.
Right. Again, he sounds dumb. He just sounds stupid. I just need you to understand this. Because, like, he says the word appealing like it has a universal meaning. Like, what is appealing to you? It's pseudo-intellectual slop. Like, Asmongold's perspective is a perspective for people who are not particularly intellectually normal. Because they're like fucking double-digit IQ. Yeah, if you put something out that's not appealing, people won't like it. Okay, well, like, what if somebody thought that the fucking main character from Ghost of Yotei was appealing because it wasn't over the top Gooner slop? Okay, he doesn't have it in him.
Right, okay.
And if you weren't, you wouldn't have every gacha game.
Like it's just like what his take is right, but it's not at the same time. The take is right because, like, yes, if you have a game that puts out characters that are unappealing, nobody will buy it because appealing has to do with what people like. Appealing could mean it's sexy, it could mean it's not sexy. It depends on what you're looking for. Like, what makes a big fucking fire-breathing dragon appealing isn't that it has big fat tits you can suck on. It's because it's a big, badass, fire-breathing dragon. So, like, that, the general take's right, but he's applying it to only mean if they look hot to him? Okay, cool.
Showing that stuff. So yeah, it's a DEI video. No, I definitely don't agree with it.
No, yeah,
I think that the examples he used.
DEI video. DEI video.
They're saying it's a DEI video because this guy's black. I'm guaranteeing you that's all it is. The dude's black, so they're saying it's DEI. It's literally it.
Yo, someone in his comments, please explain DEI. I'd love to hear your definition.
And to be fair, to his credit, there are some people that use stupid fucking examples for DEI stuff.
Thank you.
Absolutely stupid fucking examples.
Thank you.
So yeah, Charlie Zam, Machiavel video. I mean, I think that really some of
Dude, what did he even say? He read somebody else's job. Is he reading correctly?
stupid fucking examples.
Thank you.
So yeah, Charlie Zam, Machiavel video.
What the fuck is that? Like, do you think that he comprehended whatever that was said? No.
I mean, I think that really
Big Titty Dragons do sound cool, for sure, but I don't think that they would fit the aesthetic of the game I was just playing, okay?
some of the examples were good, some were more dishonest. Like
Fair
the
enough.
Wolverine
They were
example
dishonest. They were dishonest. They were dishonest. Just to be clear. If Asmongold didn't agree with the perspective, it was dishonest. It wasn't just wrong, it was dishonest. It was an intentional grift. That's just to be clear. That's what he's saying. It was just dishonest. Okay, so dishonest means when you're lying about something. Asmongold went on a whole fucking tear about how people are overusing the word grifter, and all he keeps doing is calling this guy a guy a grifter indirectly. Like, okay, that's cool. Good job.
kind of dumb because he didn't even really explain what they were talking about with it being woke. But
again, not my job to explain someone else's argument, and I don't even think they had an argument. That's mostly my point there. You completely missed that point.
Like,
their whole argument was that they don't think that Pedro Pascal is an attractive version of a man. That's it. That was their whole point. And and that Wolverine looked like Pedro Pascal, so he wasn't attractive or something. I don't even understand. Like, that's the point is so stupid. It's hard to understand. What the fuck?
Like the other clip, like for example, like Grum's not releasing the game, but then complaining about it. I love how this is the most, and I think this is a good example, right?
The most
Where
replayed,
is the
yeah.
point on your video that gets the most people looking at it?
Actually,
Right
okay,
there.
yep.
What?
Even your own video analytics
What does this
that you
mean?
can see on YouTube disproves what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I guess there's something on the timeline slider that shows what's more and more like a brute. I don't understand.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Because this YouTube video isn't a video game, and there's no entry fee. It's free here. So while yes, sex sells, it gets people going, you can't apply the same logic to a free YouTube video as a $60 video game. And again,
I don't understand what the point was because it had that booby picture in it. I don't understand. How do you even look at somebody's analytics like that?
you and I don't disagree on as many things as you'd like to make it seem like we do. When you're
fuck
not
do you
putting
look
on
at
an act for your fans, at least. You like hot girls in games. That's cool. So do I. I hate
Yeah, they're all right as long as they're in like the right
Hey guys,
spot. How the fuck do you look at this like weird slider that like shows people whatever? I don't know.
the term gooner game because I think it's lame to boil a game down to just that. Just like it's lame to call a game woke DEI slop because you don't favor the design of a certain character. See, the issue is, I want you to have things that you like. I'm capable of seeing and accepting your opinion unlike you and your fans. I don't have to create some fake psychological reasoning and try to put you into that box like you keep trying to do to me. And it's funny because this is where we could actually have the more valuable conversations. But you don't actually care about real criticism for bettering gaming as a whole. You're trying to score brownie points amongst
It only shows up with enough views on a video and it enabled. Oh, does he have it disabled on this then? Would he have it on his other one then? Like this is the video?
Have you ever been
Oh, look at that. Most replayed.
questioned?
Whoa! The
Holy
boobs.
fuck, we cannot be serious. If Ghost of Yote made Atsu look like this, the game would have sold 1 million. Question, what do they want these characters to look like?
I'm assuming this guy has a Twitter. Did he plug this on his Twitter or something? Is it TikTok? I guess he plugged this on his TikTok or something. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm buying people are just scrolling to the boob part and going, "Let me look at the titties." Or maybe they were. Maybe people were seeing that and they're watching the video like, "Wait a minute," and they just scrolled back. Is that what that means? What's the other one here? What is this? Is also oh, the most heavily replayed ones are when he uses like pictures of particular people. Oh, this makes perfect sense. People are watching the video and they're watching it on their second monitor or something while they do homework, and then look. Okay, look. Okay, I'm gonna show you exactly what it is. Listen.
Bad, some of the story, the graphics look good. I mean, shit.
There's a fucking literal flash on the screen. There's a sound prompt, and then there's what's on the screen. Right? That's all these bursts. There's probably one here
I'm
too.
not gonna lie to y'all.
She's mega chopped.
There it is again. This is what it is. There's a vocal and a visual cue to go and look at the screen. If you're sitting there and you're playing a fucking game and all of a sudden you hear this
cartoon or any other appearance,
I'm watching this video while I play a game.
Don't lie to y'all.
She's mega chopped.
What the hell?
Like dead.
That's it. That's why it's on there, and it's extra here because the girl has boobs, but it has nothing. People aren't just watching this spot. It's most replayed. That's literally it. So more people are like replaying it.
Too much.
Oh, look, it happened again at another burst moment. Oh, look, what is this one?
To provide us an answer to this question.
Oh, look, another burst moment. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm playing my game and I'm looking. Oh, wait. What? Oh, wait. What was that? What the hell?
Begs the question: what do they want these characters to look like? And of course.
Oh, okay, boobs, right? So that's it. This one has boobs. It's more provocative. It doesn't mean that people like that whole video more because of that.
DEI makes everything worse.
Are we getting it again?
It's just 2 pictures of the main character. At first, I just thought they were mad that this game has a female lead. But no, they're just mad that she's not hot enough for them. Again, crazy take. I know y'all don't talk to women in real life. She's ugly to y'all? And again,
okay.
Not hot enough for them.
Oh, do we not get a burst here?
Crazy main character.
Wait, where's our burst?
What are they mad at this time? Go ahead. I'm going to let y'all take a quick guess. I'm going to give you a few seconds. You ready?
There we go. Okay.
DEI makes everything worse.
That one makes sense too. We had a little bit of a slap and then we threw something on the screen. Every time there's something different on the screen is when people want to look again.
13 million all day finding stupid ass examples of shit like this dumbass.
Like he's putting stuff on the screen for you to interact with and like look at, and then he's putting a visual and an audio prompt on it, so you're more likely to look at it. And this one has extra views or extra replays, not extra views, extra replays. It's not like new people are coming in just looking at that and going off and like leaving the video. Replays because there's boobs on it. That's it. This is just like fucking Asmongold. Oh, this proves it. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
Your very easily manipulated audience by goalpost shifting and dying on hills that I'm not even referencing. My man is tap dancing for them dollars. Hey, I respect the hustle. It's not really. No game should intentionally make its characters ugly, unless we're talking about the enemies and shit. But game art styles can and should be different and unique. Something that's not super sexy doesn't immediately mean it's ugly as hell. Y'all gotta grow up. You completely missed the whole point of my original video by boiling it down to just
ugly characters in game is bad.
Which I mostly agree with you on. All I'm saying is writing an entire
Yeah, but appealing only means something that I would peel my wiener foreskin back to and jerk off to.
Game off, labeling them DEI woke slop just because you don't personally agree with a design choice. Amongst other things that happen on X.com and YouTube, it's lame as fuck and does nothing to help gaming. Criticize a game for a real reason that makes the game what it is. You should quit YouTube and look into moving goalposts for a living, cause god damn, the way you missed every single point I made.
Can you make money off of just moving goalposts? That's crazy.
Actually kind of impressive. Anyway, that's all I got. We like hot characters. We like realistic characters. We like good games. Let me know what you guys think. More on the way. Love you guys.
I'll give him a
Peace.
like.
We've been studying miles, running.
Whoa! Incredible. That was a pretty good video. Not much else to say. Cool stuff.